Hello, and welcome back. We are going to be continuing Yakuza 5, as you can clearly see. And I believe we're going to be finishing up Kiryu's story and jumping into the next character, who I did look ahead just so I could help with naming the title. Next up is Saijima. So that'll be fun. Alright, so let's go engage in what I can only assume is the last battle of Kiryu's part of the story for now. Then we should have Saijima's bit, which I don't know how many chapters we'll go through there. It's probably going to be 4 each, but I don't know how long it will take us. But it will definitely take at least 2 streams to do Saijima's stuff. And then I guess it will be whoever's after Saijima. Why is a host attacking me? That he actually never gets any less cringe. And I don't mean cringe as in like bad, I mean cringe as in like physically, like it hurts me to watch. Bitch. Let's put the encounter finder away for now. Alright, let us go. Man, there's a lot of dudes waiting out here ready to kick my ass.
やり残したことがあったら今のうちに済ませとき。はい。鈴木さん、気をつけて。無事に帰ってくるとよ。
Yep.
はい。ありがとうございます。
Let's do this. Oh man, that's a lot of cars. Okay, so there's equal number on both sides to some degree. Okay, so it's not going to be a complete wash. But I think this is still a bit one-sided. Just a tad. So to be fair, let's face it, the side winning here, whichever side has Kiryu.
青山のクソったれはどこや？おじけづいて逃げたとや。
お前たちごとき連中、大公が手を出すまでもない。
Oh yep, there's that guy.
なんや、お前も喧嘩するんとちゃうんか、兄弟。
まさか、喧嘩は兵隊の仕事です。私が直接手を下す必要もない。
もったいな。喧嘩ほど楽しい瞬間ないっちゅうのに。
私はあなたや桐生さんとは違います。手を出すことに喜びなど覚えない。
I
せや
can't
っ
wait
た
to
らなん
punch
で
you
わしのこ
out.
と連れてきたんや。喧嘩の助太刀せいっちゅうんやないんかい。
もしもの時のためですよ。あの人が来た時のためのね。
あの人？
さあ、そろそろ始まります。楽しいショータイムがね。
さあ、時間だ。始めようか。
Of course, Kiryu had to make an entrance.
この喧嘩、俺が引き受ける。
4代目。
それは昔の話だ。今は流すタクシーという会社で働くただの運転手だ。
まさか4代目登場会に協力するためにわざわざなんとお礼を言っていいのか。
ああ、協力しに来たぜ。ただしろくに極道の筋も知らないお前らガキが間違った道に進まないようにするためにな。
なんですって。
やっぱり来ましたか。
青山、
どうせ斑目組長あたりに泣きつかれたんでしょ。山笠組を助けてくれって。
斑目はまだ生きている。お前は山笠組を潰し損ねたんだ。
まったくあなたって人はどこまでお人よしなんだか。斑目は殺し損ねたんじゃない。初めから適当に痛めつけられればそれでよかったんですよ。
なんだと。
あの爆発を見ておかしいと思わなかったんですか。もし本気で殺すつもりならあんな中途半端な手は使わない。もっと確実な方法で殺します。
He has a bit of a point there.
どういうことだ。
私としては山笠組と喧嘩する口実さえできればよかったんです。それに今斑目に死んでもらっては都合が悪い。堂島会長の行方が分かるまではね。
なんだと。
斑目は堂島会長とつながっている。堂島会長をおびき出すには格好の素材ですか。
お前斑目を使って大悟を誘い出す気か。
我々としては一刻も早く堂島会長の身柄を押さえておきたいんでね。さあ、それじゃあそろそろ始めましょうか。準備はいいですか、4代目。
その前に一つ聞いておきたい。
何でしょう。
この喧嘩、俺が一人でお前ら全てを始
It's
末
like
し
here's
た
like I fought bigger armies of much
組同士
scarier
の戦
guys.
争にはならねえよな。
おっしゃってる言葉の意味が分かりませんが。
I'm implying he's about to lay out
言葉
everyone you
通りの意味だ。
brought.
俺が一人でお前ら全員倒した。それは仇とヤクザのただの喧嘩。組同士の争
It's
いに
even
はな
funnier
ら
if
ない。
people think Kiryu
そうだよな。
can't do this because we've seen him do it.
バカな。
He's fought
何を言っ
much
てるんだ。
larger numbers of guys.
桐生さん、
八幡、お前は引っ込んでろ。こいつら全員俺がぶん殴る。
待って
言っただろう、山笠組は解散させないって。
何よバカな。本当に頭おかしいんじゃないのか。
何がおかしい。
この人数相手に一人って、しかも戦争にはならないだと。そんなわけないだろ。
Even Kiryu knows. It's like we'll see about that.
桐生さんね、時代が違うんですよ。誰と誰が喧嘩したら戦争になるとかいう時代じゃないでしょ。これだから古い人間は困る。
Get fucked.
人をバカにすんのも大概にせえ、ガキが。
渡せ。
その条件はわしが飲む。キルハンが登場会のガキ全員倒したら山笠組との戦争にはさせん。
渡せ、何を勝手に。
七代目近江連合若頭渡瀬組が預かる言うとね。なんか文句あるんか、青山の兄弟。よし、それじゃ始めや。この喧嘩、立ち会い人はこのわしや。
See, I've got mad respect for this guy now.
何をしてるお前ら。4代目だからといって手加減はいらない。
行け。
I'm pretty sure they're right to be afraid. Kiryu's a legend for a reason. We've seen what this man can do.
ああそうだ。手加減はいらねえ。死にてえやつだけ。
Kiryu's just like, these guys aren't even worth taking off my jacket for. Oh yeah, I'm digging the battle music. Oh god, yeah, there is a lot of dudes. Oh, they don't have a lot of health though, so I guess that checks. Oh, if they knock you down, they have special moves. Here they go again with this. God damn, I got immediately knocked down again. Don't worry, this is a non-lethal knife. Oh. Oh, we got a shotgun, boy. That's all dudes. Oh! They got RPGs? What the fuck? And then Kiryu is just being a badass still. It's like, oh, rockets? Okay, now this is getting interesting. Hey Damar, welcome. Yeah, you joined in Yakuza. Oh, right, the shotgun guy is still here. If you don't know Yakuza's weirdness, then yeah. You know, give me that shotgun, boy. It's hunting season. I'll put that away for now because I can get more ammo for it later. That's fair. The Yakuza, they're very good, but they're also incredibly weird. Oh, Yakuza's a weird one. Sometimes it is serious, and sometimes it's not. It's really something that has to be experienced to really understand. Like, the story gets serious, but everything else is kind of fair game. I've actually done playthroughs of Yakuza from 0 to 4. As you can see, we're currently working through 5, so you're always welcome to go back and, like, see those if you want to see more about what this series is about. Kind of. It's hard to say. Like I said, the stories are played the story mode is actually played completely straight. It's just everything else, like the side stories and shit, is where it gets hilarious. Okay, I say it's played completely straight, but there's certain characters that are 100% like for goofs. Such as the legendary Goro Majima. Majima is the best part about this series by a lot. Like, I don't know of anyone who's played Yakuza and doesn't love Majima. Don't worry, it's fine. This is still non-lethal. I wasn't the one that killed him, therefore Kiryu still has not killed a man. Wow, this guy sucks at aiming. Damn, what did that guy do to deserve that? Yep, that's the Dragon of Dojima.
クソガキの喧嘩
Bro, what do you think that's gonna do? Oh wait, we're in a cutscene. I forgot. Bullets actually do something in cutscenes.
何をしてるんだお前
こないな場面で茶が弾かれたら立ち会い人としての顔が立たん。わしの顔に泥塗るつもりはないやろな。
くそ話が違うじゃないか桐生を倒したいと言っていたのはお前の方だぞ兄弟
わしはお前の兵隊や。自分の喧嘩は自分で仕掛けるらボケが
貴様
Yeah, this guy completely deserves the ass beating he's receiving from Kiryu. Also, if you don't know, Kiryu has, I'm pretty sure, superhuman levels of strength and durability. This guy has on the regular fought entire armies of dudes.
情けのある男だって
誰に聞いた
それは
誰に聞いたかって聞いてんだ
登場会の子さんの
俺はなそんなに優しい人間じゃねえどんなに素性を隠して生きていてもな中身は自分でもヘドが出るくらいのヤクザもんだ俺は
See, one of the main things for the Yakuza series is Kiryu is the Yakuza with a heart of gold. In the sense, he's a Yakuza, so he's clearly, like, done bad, like, has done bad stuff. But he also never hesitates to help someone who needs help. More often than not, he will use his strength to defend those who can't defend themselves. And he has not ever killed someone. And that's part of Kiryu's code. But because of that, because the games like to claim that Kiryu's never killed a man, there is an ongoing joke of, because of how violent some of Kiryu's, like, abilities are in these games, that people make a joke of, like, really violent shit happening and be like, don't worry, it was non-lethal. But as a whole, Kiryu is basically a Yakuza with a heart of gold.
4代目桐生さんを引っ張り出
That's
せば
kind of his whole shtick.
なんやと言われたって誰にや誰に言われたんや
それはあんたの
Oh.
兄弟おい兄弟喋りすぎですよ大工
Yeah, that's why I was saying non-lethal.
お前は
Oh, hi. Yeah, hi there.
森永
こんな再会は嫌だったんですが4代目
This will probably be confusing for you if this is the first Yakuza stream you're catching of this
動
game.
かないでください
次は頭を打ち抜きますよ
どういうことなんだお前最初から大悟を裏切っていた
So,
のか
you're probably wondering why
裏切りですか？
Kiryu is a Yakuza if he has a
けな
heart
げに
of gold.
働く射程を見捨てて一人
And
逃げ出し
the
た
reason
会
for
長
that is
も
actually explained
彼
in
には十
Yakuza
分
Zero.
裏切り者に見え
But
ます
basically, Kiryu wanted to become a Yakuza because his foster father was a Yakuza. Even though his foster father basically told him, no,
私の仕
don't
事は
become a
あなたを
Yakuza.
あの場所に連れて
Kiryu
行くこと
went
だ
and
っ
did it
た
anyway,
まだらめ組長同様
as he thought it was a way,
毎日のための装備は
for him to
できてい
pay
ました
him back,
花から青
So
山
that's
と
why he's a
繋がっていた
Yakuza
というわ
despite
けか
not being
でも
like
なぜ
the
青
usual
山を
kind of
殺
people
す
you'd
必要
see
があ
be
る
a Yakuza.
口の軽い極道たちが悪い桐生さんにちょっと脅されただけで余計なことをベラベラと喋ろうとするからですよ
計なこと。
Yeah, no, but he originally joined because he thought it was a way for him to pay back his foster father.
森永
Because because his foster
Nandesu
dad
ka?
was basically a yakuza as well.
目的を聞かれても答える気はありませんよ。
お前の目的なんてどうでもいい。だが一つだけ教えてくれ。相沢はどうした？相沢は人の裏をかけるような男じゃない。お前が大悟を裏切ったということを知れば、奴はどんなことをしてもそのことを俺に知らせたはずだ。答える森永。相沢は今どこにいる？
本当にあいつは可愛いやつでした。だが知りすぎた。裏の裏までを。
まさかお前。
犬吠山の山中に埋葬してきました。私自らの手でちゃんとね。
森永貴様。
Oh yeah, definitely.
来るなって言っただろうが。
うわ
来るな来るな。
あかん、今言ったらあかん。
今はまだあなたに殺されるわけにはいかないんです。そしてあなたにも死んでもらっては困ります、4代目。
森永。
So another joke here is the only time bullets seem to do anything in these games is in cutscenes.
待ってますよ。
And even then, half the time they don't do something. Like, Kiryu is just fucking bulletproof half the time, I swear. You know, bullets do like nothing.
またあんたか。
Like, look at this. Gets shot in the leg, is immediately back to his job as a taxi driver. A job that requires you to be using your legs.
さあ何のことだかな。
俺にまで白切る必要はねえだろう。もう足の傷はいいのか。
Yep, non-lethal ammunition. You're starting to get it.
ほらよ。そういや今朝渡瀬が関西に戻ったみたいだ。野郎ご丁寧に警察の遺体安置所までやってきて青山の遺体に1000個あげてったそうだ。たく自分は青山に利用されたっつうのにおめでたいやつだぜ。でもまあああいう古いタイプの極道がまだ近江にもいたんだな。
You need old school guys like that, because if Kiryu comes knocking, you need someone who could at least hold him back.
いやいや自分で言っててなんだが。
That's one of the things I've noticed a lot in these games is whenever some weird corrupt politician or corrupt yakuza tries to do something, they're always like doing, oh, like, this is like the new way of doing things, you old timers are out of the spotlight. And then Kiryu shows up, goes on a rampage, they can't stop him, and then they have to get another old person, like old timer yakuza, to step in because they're the they're the only ones who tend to be able to keep up with Kiryu.
俺と奴はそんな感じさ。
So I always find it really funny that he just says, like, I wonder why the Omi keep an old timer like that guy, right? It's like, duh, it's in case Kiryu comes knocking on their front door. They need someone who could at least hold him back.
俺に。
近江のケツは自分が吹く。その後東京で白黒つけようってな。行くのかお前。今朝犬吠山で男の遺体が見つかった。顔が潰されてたこともあって身元はまだ不明だが、男の胸には登場界の大門がついていたそうだ。
I think I know who it might be.
お前本当にこのままでいいのか。
Don't remember his name, but I know exactly who I think I think I know exactly who the body is.
この肝心の時、頼りの堂島大吾は行方不明のまま。今の登場界を支えられるのは
Thing is, a lot of these Yakuza would actually succeed in their plans if they just did one thing, and that was keep Kiryu out of it. Because the moment they, like, their plan involves fucking around with Kiryu, that he ends up stepping in and their plan falls apart. Like, legit, the person of Yakuza 1, Yakuza 3, and even Yakuza 4, they all would have done fine, and probably got away with their plan, if they had just left Kiryu out of it. I can't, reason I didn't mention Yakuza 2 is because the guy's plan in Yakuza 2 was literally around Kiryu. He wanted to fight
だ
Kiryu.
がその前にラジオ
So,
のニュースくらい
that
聞く
one,
んだ
like, it's like, there's no way you could have avoided that one, his plan, because that was literally his plan.
あん
But
た
the
とは
other
短
Yakuza
い間
games,
かもしれないが、
their plan would have probably worked if they had just kept Kiryu out of the fray.
じゃ
But no, they always drag him in, and look what happens.
繰り返します。昨日未明、札幌市内で発生した発砲殺人事件に関して、北海道警察は今朝、被害者を関東一円を拠点とする広域指定暴力団東上会の幹部組員真島五郎氏であると断定。緊急の会見を開き発表しました。関東最大の暴力団組織東上会の現役幹部組員である
Oh god, what's Majima done this time?
という事態を重く見た同警察は警視庁と連携し、事態の全容解明に努める方針を明らかにしました。以上、ニュースでした。さあ、続いては林田さんのお天気コーナー。林田さん。
I don't believe Majima is dead. The man has faked his death like 5 times by this point. One does not simply kill Majima. Hey, we got our original outfit back. The Dragon of Dojima lives once more. And Kiryu's going to completely destroy everybody. Like he does. It'll be funny to get to see what's in the picture frame. Yep. There's Kiryu and his 8 kids.
すまない、はるか。
Okay. I'll quickly explain this bit now. So, from Yakuza 3 onward, Kiryu basically left the Yakuza life to start an orphanage with his basically adoptive daughter Haruka. But of course, he keeps getting the orphanage keeps getting dragged into these weird Yakuza squabbles, so Kiryu goes to wreck everyone. To sum up, Haruka is basically Kiryu's adopted daughter. He basically you know, after the events of Yakuza 1, he basically looked after her and became her guardian. And then in Yakuza 3, he goes and starts an orphanage with her. And basically, those are all of, like, the kids that live in the orphanage that he takes care of. So they're effectively his kids. What I've gathered from this game so far is a person made a deal with Kiryu that they would help, like, that they would give the orphanage money for the kids, as well as they would allow Haruka to pursue her dream of being an idol, but in exchange, Kiryu has to disappear and not make contact with the orphanage anymore. Which is what leads us to the events of this game, because we're in an entirely different city to where the series normally takes place, and Kiryu is just a taxi driver, going by a different name in this one. But yeah, because effectively, he made that deal to walk away so Haruka could pursue her dream, is what I've gathered so far. Even if it meant he wouldn't see her again, he was willing to do that for her for her happiness. And it's not the first time Kiryu's done shit like that, where he's made a fucking massive sacrifice himself for someone else's happiness. But that's what I've gathered from this game so far. But either way, we're about to switch character. Saejima, let's go. So Saejima is another character that has a fair bit of lore to him that I can't really go off of right away. It would take a little bit. Oh, there's Majima. For reference, Majima and Saejima are sworn brothers in the Yakuza.
なんでここやねん
My guess is they have good pork and rice.
焼肉ならもっとええ店あるやんか麻布とか六本木とかそれこそこの近辺にもせやのになんでよりによってこの店なんや
喋ってんとお前も食え
シャバ最後の飯がカムロ町の
I guess another thing for reference, Saejima is the only Yakuza I think we see in the series who, in terms of raw physical power, can match Kiryu.
早くあんと焦げてまうぜお姉ちゃん
Which in itself is a fucking feat. Saejima is a beast. Like I said, there's a lot of lore here I could go into, but it would take a while to
最近食欲
explain.
ないね特に
So
脂
I
っこ
can
い肉
either
は胃が
go
受け
into
付
it
け
and
ん
talk about it, or people can just check out the past playthroughs to get it
カ
all.
ルビ1枚で白飯1合食っとった時代が懐かしいわ
I guess it depends if people want to hear me rambling about Yakuza or not.
毎日がギラギラしとったあん頃には
はいホルモンです
何アホ抜かしとるんやほら食え
なんやこれ丸焦げやないかい
そのホルモンと同じや俺もお前も肉は焼きすぎたら刀ってもて食えたもんやないせやけどホルモンは違う焼かれてこそ価値があるんや
It's funny that it's not the first time someone has said that to me, that my voice is actually perfect for giving lore.
真っ黒なるまで焦げて油落として味磨くんや
And I'm never sure if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. I don't know why.
うんうまい
ほんならこれはどうや
なんやこれ生焼けかいなペッペッ食えたもんやない
そうや生焼けのホルモンくらい食えへんもんはない
あ
もっと焼かれな
Yeah, I treat it as a compliment because I like talking about lore for things that I love and I'm
い
passionate
くら
about.
着飾ってもいくら
And
え
I
え
feel
生
like
活しても
I feel like that's
Shows
partly
in
why
Yakuza.
people like to hear me talk about it. It's because there's
that's
clearly a
in the
passion
Yakuza.
there to it. if I'm spilling the lore of something.
俺らはホルモンみたいなクズっちゅうことか。
そうや。せやから俺らはもっと焼かれなあかんね。焼かれてへんホルモンは
Also, I don't think it matters much if I'm talking over the scenes, just because they're in Japanese anyway. You got, unless you could speak Japanese, you weren't understanding what they were saying to
そ
begin
んで
with.
初めて意味がある。
And that's why we got subtitles.
極道はそんな当たり前のことも忘れてしもた。
Obviously, for actual like dramatic shit, I'll try my best to keep
だからお前は
quiet so you can get the full effect.
もう一回勤めに出ると。
約束したんや。桐生と。登場会をもう一度強うするて。そのためやったら、あと1年や2年、自分焼くくらいの覚悟はある。
兄弟。
俺が戻ってくるまでの間、お前、しっかり店守っとけ。あの若い料理長、そばで支えたれ。
大悟ちゃんのことが。
あいつはええ腕持っとる。せやけど今、あいつの周りは生焼けの連中ばっかり。
確
I
か
like
にな。
I like the way you put that,
今
Damar.
の登
Thanks.
場会は組員の数やったら過去最大の
That's
規模に
actually
なっ
much
とるが。
appreciated, man. Really.
その大半は戦争知らへん。
Like I said, it's not the first time someone's told me I have a really good voice for that. I
今
have
もし大
been
水戸の
told
戦
that
争で
my
もなっ
voice
て
is
み。
apparently quite soothing
逃
as
げ出
well.
すんが正規の山やろね。
Which I guess my voice
ヤ
has
クザ
to
気
be
取って商売すんのもね。
like for people to hear me ramble on about half the shit I do.
金だけで生き残れるほど極道の世界は甘な
Yeah,
い。
my voice sounded like nails on a chalkboard. I'm pretty sure no one would be
Saigo wa
watching this shit.
せやからそれまで俺らが支えるん
I
や。
don't. Maybe I could test that theory. Let me just go destroy my throat real
Sorry.
quick.
俺らが今もここにおる理由やからな。
せやな。よっしゃ。ほな俺も腹いっぱい食うとくか。あ？
はよ食べんと燃えかすになってまうやろが。いくらゴミ言うてもカスになってもうたら意味ないねんで。
I'm lucky. How so?
くそ。
Genuinely,
人がせっ
genuinely
かくやる気に
curious.
なったっちゅうのに。おい姉ちゃん、特上ホルモン追加3人前。あいや、10人前や。あよ持ってけ。
And Mudge were just throwing the cash around.
食ったもうこれ以上入らんわ。で、これからどないすんねん。
夜にはお迎えが来よる。それまで街ブラブラするわ。
そうか。まあ、ゆっくりしたらええ。お勤め前最後の一日やからな。やり残すことないようしっかり遊んどくんやで。あ、せや。ほな俺はあそこで待っとるわ。顔出してくれや。見送りさせてもらうで。
あそこ？
ほら、俺とお前の思い出の場所やないか。
The batting cages? Yeah.
バッティング
Seems
セ
to
ン
be
タ
a
ー
lot
の
of
ことか。
significance and emotion in the batting center
最
for
後に
these
一回
three.
くらい遊びに付き合うてくれてもええやんか。な？
ああ、わかった。
Please tell me I'm not actually going to have to play the batting minigame. Ah, god damn it. Of course people want to pick a fight. Like, okay. Real quick. Does this guy look like the type of man you want to try and shake down? The guy's just fucking big as an ox. Does it really look like the type of guy you want to try and shake down for money? So, Saijima's playstyle, if I remember correctly, because each character in these games has a different playstyle. Saijima's is built around grapples and charge attacks. So he's slow, but he hits really hard. And often his fighting style involves grappling and just fucking ragdolling people. That sounds like a you problem. Saitama basically just said what I said, but in different wording. Hit them with the classic, so you did nothing and now are expecting me to pay for it when you didn't help yourself here. That's what it seems like we're pulling. See, this is what I mean. This game, like, these games have legit, like, good life advice in them. Also, I will say, for Saitama, it is 100% lethal. This man has killed before, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe he hasn't, I don't know. Because they did say the 18 people he killed in 4 weren't actually killed by him. So maybe he is also non-lethal, who knows? Yeah, so that was, to go up in a little bit of Saijima's lore, I guess we may as well talk about it now. While we most likely learn how to fight as Saitama. Saitama is more or less set up. So him and Majima were going to perform a hit on a politician and some of his men, but Majima never showed up for events that occurred in 0, which yeah, is to be noted there. Oh, I'm just checking something. So I was just checking some Discord stuff. Okay. But that's it. So that one's to be explained. That there were events in 0 that why Majima couldn't show up. So Saitama committed the hit on his own and then got arrested and given 25 years and the death penalty. But he got away. Not got away. He broke out of jail before his execution could be done. And that's where he ends up for Yakuza 4. Where, as you go through the events of the game, you find out that the bullets he was given for the hit were rubber, so he never actually killed the people he went in for, but he thought he did. And they were still killed, but they were killed by someone else who had set it up. So by the end of 4, his Saijuma's name has somewhat been cleared. Alright, let's see. What do the upgrades look like for Saijima? Yeah, you'll find there's a lot of stuff like that. Okay, so grab that, obviously. Always focus the techniques first, because this is where you get all the fun shit. So, one thing I have learned from my time playing Yakuza is always focus on techniques first. Oh, we're definitely going to want Essence of Clothesline, though. This one's a fun one. Okay. So we're back in Komorocho, which is the main series city of the games. Ah, this dumbass. Like, look how much force he hits them off the ground with. They just go flying. Again, you see a man do that, and what the fuck do you do? You decide, oh, I'm gonna try. This seems like a perfect kind of mug. Sure, he just ragdolled like 5 people, but that's fine. A lot of this is me trying to get used to how Saijima plays. God, that heat action is fucking brutal. The guy, because you see how fucking strong this man is, and he just full-on punches you down, like, your face. Like, your face is caved in from that. And also, that was really cool, like, slamming the guy on the ground and grabbing his leg and fucking, like, swinging him. Look, that was really funny, actually. I'm gonna quickly save. So, I guess I'll explain this part now. For those of you who haven't caught the past games, you're probably wondering why the title of the stream is From Dragon to Tiger. The reason for that is, well, I looked up ahead of time which character I would be switching to at the end of Kiryu's part, so I could make the title around it. But the reason it's this way specifically is because Kiryu's title in Yakuza is the Dragon of Dojima. And Saijima's title is the Tiger of Sai. And since I knew we were switching to Saijima, it seemed most fitting to call it that. So that's why the stream is titled the way it is. Yeah, you'll find any of the Yakuzas who are of serious note in this series have a title like that. For example, Majima is the Mad Dog of Shimano. I try to make the names of my streams make sense and relate to what I'm currently doing, if I can. I do it quite regularly, but a lot of my ability to do that comes down to, do I have slight prior knowledge of the game, or if I can predict how the game is going in order to do it. Yeah, like I said, in Yakuza 4, Saijima base just broke out of the most high security prison in Japan. Which is where he was supposed to suffer, like, to, hand out his death sentence. Also, if you're wondering why their nicknames are stuff like Dragon of Dojima, Tiger of Sai, Mad Dog of Shimano, the name at the end of the title is the person they served under when they got their title. So, for example, Kiryu served under Dojima when he got the title of Dragon, so he's the Dragon of Dojima. Same with Majima served under Shimano when he got the title of Mad Dog, so he's the Mad Dog of Shimano, and so on. So that's why their title of whatever it is has a random name at the end, is because it's the person they served under when they earned it. Also, a common thing in the Yakuza series is normally a character of prominence will have a tattoo on their back, and the tattoo is somewhat a symbol of something they've earned, and basically somewhat doesn't actually hold power properly, but it comes with like a level of status. With Dragon, Tiger being the two most prominent, because in Japanese mythology, tigers and dragons are basically rivals. Like, tigers in Japanese mythology are as mystical as dragons are, and are actually rivals. So the tiger tattoo that Saijima has is of equal like status to Kiryu's dragon tattoo. There's a ton of thought and stuff in these games that, when you look at it, is like really cool. Because, like I said, Saijima's tiger tattoo is equal status to Kiryu's dragon, and as I said earlier, Saijima is the only person we've really seen in this series who, in terms of raw physical strength, can match Kiryu. And you can even argue Saijima is physically stronger than Kiryu. Doesn't mean he's the better fighter, because Kiryu is a fucking god of war when it comes to combat. But Saijima could definitely match him blow for blow in terms of power. So you're probably wondering what Majima's tattoo is. Surprisingly, despite the title of Mad Dog, it is not a dog. It is a Hanya, which I believe is a Japanese type of Oni, which from one angle looks angry, but from another angle looks sad, which actually fits Majima's character completely if you know his story from Zero. Because I will say it now, Majima is a fucking nutcase in this series. Like, the guy is several degrees of unhinged. But after playing Zero and knowing his story, you kind of realize that that insane persona is literally that. It's a persona. It's one he put on to deal with the trauma from Zero. So his way of dealing with the events of Yakuza 0 was to basically put on a mask and become crazy. Which is why the Hanya tattoo is fitting, because from one side it looks mad and crazy, but from another it looks sad. Which is fitting, again, because Majima has a lot of sorrow because of those events. So like I said, it's little details like that that are all over this fucking series that are really cool. Because, and the reason we know Majima's insane persona is, a facade, is there's very few times in this series where he actually drops it and reverts back to himself, to how he was in Zero. And it is a fucking stark contrast to the rest of it. Like when, I like to refer to that as like when Zero Majima comes back out. Because if you look at Majima in Yakuza 1 to Yakuza 0, he is a completely different character all the way up until the very end, where he finally snaps. And honestly, it's kind of badass when his original side comes back through. But now, there's honestly just a lot to love in this series, and a lot of stuff has a lot of thought put in it. Okay, fine, I'll fight you if you really want to get hurt that badly. Okay, so this guy can block. Bikes, the ultimate weapon of Yakuza. Bikes are powerful, man. Almost everyone you can play as in Yakuza has a habit of picking up bikes and hitting people with them. It's like the ultimate form of, like, combat in this series. Like, this area right here is effectively a bad time to anyone who picks a fight with the Yakuza MC. Because look at all these bikes. Kiryu could stomp an army with this many bikes. Like, seriously, the fucking full-on force of the military could come in, and Kiryu would win with these bikes. Oh, is that Nishiyama? If wondering why he's wearing a hard helmet, that is because of Yakuza 2, where, for a time, Majima decides to leave the Tojo clan and just start a construction business called Majima Construction. And he basically brought all his family members with him to be his construction crew. Yep, Nishida. I like how Nishida says that, but I'm pretty sure Majima has given this man PTSD with his shenanigans. Like, if you want a full list of the shenanigans Majima has pulled, just look up Majima everywhere from Yakuza 1. Yakuza Kiwami. Because, yeah, the shenanigans this man pulls are next level. From hiding under giant traffic cones to ambush you, to fucking dressing up as a hostess when you go to a host club, fucking dressing up as an idol and holding a concert, becoming a police officer so, you know, so he can, like, inspect you for weapons in order to pick another fight. Renting out a strip club for just you and for just your character and him, and he's the one that's dancing on the pole. Again, he does all this shit specifically to get to fight you. And of course, Majima whiffs. But like I said, this man is fucking insane. The shit he will do, and the lengths he goes to.
どないしたんや調子悪いやないか
さっきお前にまずい肉食わされたせいや
Oh, trust me, that's not the most outrageous prank he has pulled. The most outrageous one is convincing Kiryu a full-on zombie apocalypse is happening,
悪なったんちゃうか
and that he's become a zombie. And it's not like he just really dressed up as a zombie and pretended. No, he hired actors to make it seem like an actual zombie outbreak had occurred, all to get a fight with Kiryu. Like, he hired makeup artists and actors and stuntmen to play the zombies. But do you see why I say, like, everyone loves Majima? It's because he keeps pulling shit like this and it's hilarious.
ほんまやな
ああ
Majima has the power. Oh, that's a lot of dudes.
これは何やまた俺と差しで殴り合うんとちゃうんか
今日はちゃうこいつらに相手してもらう腹何倍も用ないしな俺はお前が無所暮らしできるかどうかしっかりこの目で確かめさせてもらうわ
兄弟お前ほんまに後悔せえへんな
何がや
俺とここでやり合わんかったらもう一生殴り合うことないのかもしれへんのやでそれでもいいんやな
あ
あ分かったほなあんま時間もないことやしさっさと片付けたろ
Yeah, and here we have another one of Majima's shenanigans, putting his entire family in danger.
目ん玉ひんむいてよう見とけや
Majima goes, hey, everyone of the Majima family, do you guys just want to go fight Saijima real quick? Don't worry, I'm sure of the hospital. I can pay for the hospital bill. Ooh, this is something. Oh yeah, it's that. Okay. Ow. Alright, let's level. First off, I'm gonna grab this because that's cool. Okay, that image just says to me that Sajima's about to kill someone. Does that to me look like he was slamming a fucking motorbike on someone at a distance? Oh, I got another level upgrade. Wow, they giving you a lot of levels for this early section. Alright, yeah, let's raise my health a little bit. Deal more damage to enemies when you hit them with a thrown enemy. They really do just want Saitama to kill someone, don't they? Hey, I got another level. Also, I see that red gauge up there, which means Saitama has a super heat action. Oh god, what the fuck is it gonna be, and how is it gonna destroy someone's existence?
これやったら無所暮らしも問題ないやろ。
そんなん初めっから分かっとるわ、兄弟。お前の強さは俺が一番分かっとんねや。
せやったらなんでこないなことしたんや。昔のお前やったら真っ先に俺に殴りかかってきたはずや。せやのになんでや。
それがあかんねや、兄弟。
So basically, how these superheat actions work is that red meter by my health bar goes up every time I use a heat action. And when it's full, I can choose to do a superheat action, which is absurdly powerful and tends to be over the top.
俺の時代は終わったんや。
何弱気なこと言うてんねん。兄弟らしないで。
And I just realized Saitama has one, which means he probably has it, which means he probably has a superheat action too. Whether or not I already have it unlocked, or if I have to unlock it, is what the question comes down to.
せやからお前には強いままでおってほしかった。今日はそれが確認できてホッとしたわ。
真島。
金金言うてもヤクザは最後は力や。力失った人間は力ある人間にその道譲らなあかん。冴島、お前は登場界の力や。絶対に強いままカムロ町に戻ってくるんやで。ああ。ねえ、どっちが見送りしとんのかわからんわ。
ほんまや。
Yeah, Majima's got some style.
お迎えが来たで。
ああ。
Everyone here has a shaved head. I guess they're somewhat holding off what Saijima looks like. Like, we already know he probably got, like, shaved as well. Yep, that was just the prologue, by the way, to Saijima's chapter. So what is it with Saijima's section of the game involving being in a prison at the very beginning? Oh, I did not mean to create another save, but alright, we'll work with it. Let me guess, everyone I talk to is, oh yeah, Saijima actually looks pretty good with his, hair shaved. So, when I played Yakuza 0, there was a character I mistook for Saijima, named Lee. And the reason why is Lee wore a jacket very similar to Saijima, like the one you saw me wearing earlier. But also, Lee had a shaved head and a massively bulky frame. And I did already know what Saijima looked like, so for some reason I mistook Lee for Saijima in 0.
Yeah?
Right, you can tell how boring life in this jail must be if that's a conversation haver. Am I gonna have to beat up a, guy with... Am I gonna have to beat up the warden again? Okay, so that penitentiary number 2 they just said, that's the place where Saijima broke out of early, like in the other game. Like that's the one Saijima broke out of.
どうしました？珍しいですね。冴島の親分が運動時間中グラウンドにいるなんて。
そんなことないやろ。それよりその親分ちゅう言い方、ええ加減やめてくれ。
Okay, but Saijima's ability, there's no way he's not running the prison from inside. In the sense of, like, he's the guy that keeps all the... He's that prisoner that keeps the other prisoners in line.
誰に聞いたんや。
誰とかじゃなくて、かなり噂になってますよ。
There's no way Saijima isn't that
18人相手
guy
に一人で
in
飛び込
here.
んでいった伝説の殺し屋だったって。シャバで有名だった受刑者の噂はすぐに広まりますからね。あ、そうそう。
Also, they just referenced the 18 people hit from 4.
仮釈放ですよ、仮釈放。もう冴島の親分が入ってきてから2年くらい経ちますよね。
そんなもんやな。
確か親分の罪状は傷害で3年でしたよね。ならそろそろ仮釈放の許可が下りてもおかしくない頃ですよ。
そううまいこと言ったらいいけどな。
まあここの刑務官、特にあの副署長さんは冷徹な感じがしますからね。
副署長？ああ、あの愛想ない刑務官のことか。
まあお互い刑期も短いことですし、刑務官、特にあの副署長には目つけられないよううまくやっていきましょうや。ああ、そういえば馬場ちゃんが親分さんのことを探してましたよ。
ババ？
やだな、忘れちゃったんすか？同部屋の馬場ちゃんですよ。
ああ、あの若い兄ちゃんのことか。
馬場ちゃんなんか親分さんに相談したいことがあるみたいでしたよ。俺が相談乗ろうかっつったら同業の人にしか話せないって断られちゃって。
同業？ちゅうことはあいつも筋もん言うことか。
まあ何の悩みか知りませんが、時間があったら話聞いてみてやってください。
ババはどこにおるに？
さあ、大島さんなら知ってるんじゃないですか。あの人運動時間中一歩も動かないでベンチに座ったままグラウンドの様子眺めてますから。
わかった、聞いてみるわ。
Alright. I mean, I don't know what much else there is I can do in this prison, so I guess I'll just advance story until...
いや、そんなんちゃう。たまには運動しとこか思てな。
そうかい。ところで、まだ俺以外の同部屋のやつら知らないのか。この数ヶ月、あんたがあの連中に目つけられてるってこと。
Oh.
ああ、話してない。巻き込
So
んだ
there's a
らあかん
gang
もの
in the prison that are after
あん
Saijima.
た、あの連中から恨みを買うようなことでもしたのか。
I mean, they're not winning either way. I don't know why anyone's concerned.
いや、覚えないな。俺がシャバにおったんから1年ちょっとやしな。
それにしちゃ随分しつこくつきまとわれてんな。半年前、連中がここへ入所してきてからずっと揉め事があったわけでもないのにな。
もしかしたら俺がいた組織に恨みある連中かわからん。
そうか。だが気をつけろよ。最初はよくある喧嘩程度に思っとったが。
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a prison fight.
口もエスカレートしてきてる。次は鎮痛剤じゃ済まないほどの大怪我を負うことになるかもしれんぞ。前から気になってたんだが、あんたどうしてやり返さないんだ。
Oh, okay, so Saijima's not defending himself.
手出したらあかん事情があるんや。
So this gang's attacking him and he's not fighting back. Okay. That explains why there's still an issue. So I guarantee if he was defending himself, they wouldn't be an issue.
なるほどな。だから手を出せないってことか。だがこのままじゃ仮釈放まであんたの身が持たない。刑務官には相談してみたのか。
いや。
どうしてだ。
I mean, I don't think the guards would help
副
you
署
much
長の
here.
高坂なら
As I said, the warden hates Yakuza.
厳しい男だが
Odds are he wouldn't let the guards
反
do
面悪
anything.
事を見逃すような男じゃない。相談する価値はあるんじゃないのか。
刑務官やら副署長をそない簡単に信用できへん。
沖縄第二刑務所の話だな。俺も噂には聞いてる。確かにあそこならそういうこともあるかもしれん。だがここはあの刑務所とは違う。一度真剣に考えてみたらどうだ。
考えとく。
うわ、そういえば同部屋の若造はあんたのこと探していたぞ。
馬場ちゃんのことか。さっき日村にも聞いたわ。
あの若造、出所後のことで悩んでんだよ。
出所後？
ああ、あいつがここに移送されてきてから1年が経つが、その間一度も面会をしに来たやつもいない。
Very true,
一度
yeah.
それと
No,
なく
it
訳を
does
聞い
make
てみたんだ
sense.
が、
If he's trying to get out early or whatever, it actually does make sense.
あのババがか。
どうやらあいつ組のために殺し合ったみたいなんだが、捨てられたようだ。
なんやて。あいつ殺人やったんか。
あの気の弱そうな馬場のことだ。きっと決死の思いで殺し合ったに違いない。でも組はあいつを見捨てた。まあヤクザの世界じゃよくある話なんだろうがな。
ほな、ここに移ってくる前からもう長いことお勤めしとったんやな。
20歳で人殺して無所に入って10年だ。帰る家を失った馬場にとってこの時間は大きすぎる。馬場は数日中にも仮釈放が許可されるらしい。それで表に出た後何するのか悩んでるんだろうよ。
そうか、そんなことが。
あんたもそっちの業界の人なら似たような境遇の人間何人かは知ってるだろう。同部屋のよしみであいつの悩み聞いてやってくれよな。
ああ。
Yeah, I did spend my upgrades. Also, I should probably look at my moveset so I know what my heat actions are.
冴島の兄貴、
俺のこと探しとったみたいやな。日村と大島のおっちゃんから聞いたわ。
いや、それでしたらもう。
どないして。なんや、相談したいことあるんとちゃうんか。
大丈夫っす。もう断ってきましたから。
断るって何をや。
仮釈放っす。今署長室で正式に辞退したいって返答してきました。
なんやと。
だってここ出たって何にもいいことないし、まあ今まで黙ってましたけど、実は自分もともとは北海道の組の人間でして。
大島のおっちゃんから聞いた。殺し合ったんやってな。
ええ、20歳の頃です。当時組同士の戦争があって、それで当時俺の兄貴分が本家の直参やってて、もう少しで幹部に昇格できるってところまで来ていたんですけど。
それでお前がその兄貴分の男に代わってやったと。
はい。兄貴は自分が偉くなってすぐに俺が無所から出られるように手配してくれるって言ってたんですけど、それから何年経っても音沙汰なしで、最初は入った無所が関西だから面会に来れないんだと思ってました。でも7、8年過ぎたあたりからだんだん現実が見えてきて、ああ、もう俺捨てられたんだろうなーって。
馬場ちゃん
あ、すいません、新規臭い話しちゃって。でももういいんです。吹っ切れました。理由がどうあれ俺は人を殺した。だから報いを受けるのは当然なんです。10年勤めたところで俺の罪は消えるわけじゃない。
This is another thing that Yakuza does very well is
最後まで罪に向
they
き合ってみようかなっ
humanize
て。
these criminals that are supposed to be Yakuza. Like
ほんまに
even
そ
the
れでええ
ones
ん
that
か。
kill people, you can see a lot of them regret that first kill,
ほんまは怖いんとちゃうか。
and it never stops
表出んの
bothering
か。
them.
冴島の兄貴、
実は俺もそうやった。
And that's part of the one of the things
無
I
所で
really
何年
like
も
about
飯
the
食う
series
てる
is
と
it shows the
外の世界が
humanity
こう
in
なってしょう
people
ない。
like this, and
そ
how
やけどな。
they are still human, and a lot of them have a
いくら
reason
ここ
why
におっ
they've
ても
turned out
罪
the
は
way
消
they
えへん。
have, or have done the thing they've done.
一度心
But
が
none
破
of
れた
them
人間は
very few of them outside the
Omote
really
de la grande.
cold-hearted, like evil ones, treat killing like it's something you can just do regularly. A lot of them show that it still bothers them years later.
初めて罪の償いになるんや。そうやって自分の生き
So
る
that's
場所
just
見つけ
one
る
of
ん
the
や。
really cool things about it. Like
どん
it
な
shows
辛
the
い道が待っ
humanity.
とってもな。
Is yes, there are people in this series that do just kill without a second thought, but those are the ones that you can tell have clearly they've done it too many times that the act of taking a life doesn't mean anything to them anymore. Oh, this must be the gang.
確か木工作業班の連中。
何の用や。分かってんだろ。うちの班長が呼んでる。ちょっと顔貸してくれよ。
何なんですかあいつら。冴島の兄貴と何の関係が。
お前は引っ込んどけ。なんだ後ろの影は。同部屋の若造か。そうか。お勤め中に忠実な兵隊スカウトしてるってわけか。
こいつは関係ない。用あんのは俺だけやろが。
まあいい。ついてこい。
Yeah. But this is what I mean, like, this is the contrast of Yakuza. They have serious talks where stuff is played completely straight, and then it gets to the combat and you have Saijima swinging a human being around like a drunk's t-shirt at a frat party. Like, it's a fucking contrast. Also, wow, this guy's face is real fucked up.
1週間ぶりだな、冴島。
さっさとせえや。
そう怒んなよ。せっかくのお楽しみの時間なんだからさ。
Okay, Scarface. Oh damn, they really have been like doing damage to him.
あれだけいたぶってやったのにもうこんなに治ったのか。
Ooh. Oh, okay. Fuck. Oh, okay. That made me cringe slightly. Fucking just dug his fingers into the wound. Joke's on this guy. He's now gained a disease for ingesting Saijima's blood. Nah, not really. But imagine that though. He's trying to do his like creepy, sadistic, like purchase stick, and he ends up just giving himself like a fatal illness. But man, this is okay. Yeah, no, I hope we get the chance to completely and utterly demolish these guys now. Because this is like, Jesus. Yeah, no, I am looking forward to when we get to like fucking demolish that Scarface guy.
釘原って半年ぐらい前に入ってきたあの気持ち悪いハゲか。
Interesting, he got thrown in here at the same time Saijima did.
冴島は釘原のグループに狙われていた。
Okay.
週に一度か二度。
Yeah, I feel like that person came in here deliberately to get at Saijima.
大島のやさん、あんた前からそのこと知ってたんですか。
一度冴島が鎮痛剤が欲しいと言ってきてな。理由を聞いたんだ。
なんで黙ってたんですか。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy came in here specifically to go after Saijima. Because he came in here the exact same time Saijima has, and as they just said, he's been going after him.
最初から分かったら俺たちが釘原から守ることもできたのに。
無駄だ。そんなことしたら俺らまで釘原に狙われるだけだ。それに冴島は自らの意志で無抵抗を貫いているんだ。こいつがその気になればあの程度の連中
See, even they're acknowledging if Saijima chose to fight back, they would be toast.
やり返さねえんだ。なんか理由でもあるんすか。
それは
Oh, they're gonna think they did it, aren't they?
いや、副所長さん、 これは単なる事故で俺たちがやったわけじゃ。
連れて行け。
はい。
兄貴、ちょっと待てよ、これには訳が。
日村副所長、
Yeah,
ちょっ
a
とこれ
little
はないんじゃな
accident.
い
The
です
man
か。
is on the floor unconscious and badly damaged. Little accident.
Mm-hmm. 食事だ。
Oh, we in solitary confinement.
どうして手を出さない？
副所長、なんであんたがここに？
私の質問に答えろ。なぜ手を出さない？
Oh, he's asking about why we're not fighting back.
ただ飯が喉を通らんだけ。
飯の話じゃない。釘原のことだ。お前が釘原たちに暴行を受けていることは知っている。だがなぜお前はそのことを黙っているんだ？
Okay, I was thinking this was going to be another corrupt warden, but no, he seems like he actually is wants to do his job. 'Cause he's been observing this.
甘いな。私は理由はどうあれ、署内の風紀を乱す人間を模範囚として認めはしない。特に出所してからも裏社会に関わろうとしている人間はな。だが私も刑務官だ。むやみに暴行を受けている囚人を放っておくわけにもいかない。お前が釘原たちに暴行を受けないよう対処するくらいのことならできる。お前さえよければ刑期終了までこの懲罰房に置いてやってもいいんだぞ。私が所長に一言反省の色なしと報告すれば済むことだ。どうする？
余計なお世話へ。
何？
もし俺がここにおったら同じ坊の人間が釘原たちに狙われてまうかわからん。
同部屋というだけでもう仲間気分か？
そんなんちゃう。せやけど
Yeah,
俺やなかったら
like this is
耐えられんで
fucking
死んでまう。
night and day from the guards in 4 from the prison Sidra broke out of. Those ones are corrupt as fuck.
自分が標的になることで他に被害を出さないつもりか？これは私の推測だが、あいつらの狙いはお前だけだ。いくら釘原といえど手当たり次第暴力行為を重ねるようなバカな真似はせんだろう。つまりお前が耐えるだけ無駄ということだ。
要件はそれだけか。
食事が済んだらすぐに懲罰房から出してやる。それでいいんだろう。
おおきに。
Thing is, we see a lot of cases in games like this of like police being corrupt, but no, that's actually a decent guard. Like, he acknowledges that yes, Saijima is a criminal, and plans to continue being a criminal when he gets out, but he's not causing issues, so he can't just sit by and let him get beat for no
冴島の
reason.
ことが気になってんのか。
気持ちはわかるけどよ、俺らじゃどうにもできねえんだよ。
But another thing that these games like to bring up that I think is true is, sadly, stuff like this does happen in real life with prisons. The only difference there is a lot of the time the guards turn a blind eye.
なんかどうしても
Not
落ち
every
着いてい
time,
られなく
obviously.
て
There are different guards, different people, but this does happen a
そういやお
lot,
前、
depending where you are
冴
in the
島さんに
world.
相談があるって言ってたけど、
Depending where,
話
the
できたのか？
guards turn a blind eye completely.
まあ
何の話
Like
だ
I
ったん
said,
だよ。
depends where and who.
冴
Like
島さん
different
にしか
people
話せない相談だって言ってたけどさ、
and different
俺らにも
places,
教えてく
different
れたっていいじゃね
tolerance. But
それは
they'll be wrong to say, "Oh, it doesn't happen," because everyone and their mother knows it
出
does.
所後のことだろ。
And it's sad, but that's just the
極道
case.
門にはここ出た後もいろいろな事情が待ってるだろうからな。
なんだそんなことか。そういやお前そろそろ仮釈放だもんな。いいよな。今頭の中夢いっぱいって感じなんじゃないの？
いや、それがそういう感じじゃないっていうか、その
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is probably quite prevalent
断ったらしいじゃねえ
in
か。
America, yeah.
仮釈放の話。
America's whole system is very broken.
No.
And the thing is,
マジかお前。
it's clearly
そうだろ。
broken, but those who
副所長との
live in
面談で
America can't quite
まだ
see,
罪を反省
like
で
they're
きてないとは言
conditioned
った
to
らし
not think it's that bad or that it's worse
そ
in
んな
other
こと言ったら
places.
仮釈放
So
取り消しになる
anyone
に
who
決
lives
まってるじゃ
outside
ねえか。
America can see how bad their system is and how broken it is. Like, medical over there will literally put your whole family in debt. Like, a minor illness or a long-term illness will literally put you in debt over there. And it's like, that's just downright evil.
冴島の兄貴
As like, I'm a person who has like long-term treatment. And if I lived in America with my treatment, it would cost like multiple thousands per dosage I have to take. Like our family would literally be in poverty
ようわからんけど
if we lived in America.
副所長の男がすぐに
And it's
戻
not,
れるよう
and
に
like
手配
that's
し
just
て
the
くれる
case in a lot of places.
副所長ってあの高坂が？
And it's one of those like I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on America and stuff,
ど
but
うして
it really is not a good system. If you've lived anywhere else in the world
せや
and
けど
look at America, it's a
仮
not a
釈
good
放を期
system.
待すなって釘刺されたわ。あの男極道門が嫌いらしい。
Yeah, exactly.
まあ高坂は厳格な男だからな。あんたがシャバの
They
大
have
物と
a
いうこと
fair
を知っ
bit to
て
catch up on, to be fair.
署内
Yeah.
で下手に人脈を作らせないよう警告したかったの
But
かもし
also,
れない
like,
な。
corruption is also
しか
quite
し
prevalent in America as
そんな
well.
ヤクザ嫌いな副所長相手にわざわざ出所したくねえなんていうバカもいるんだから、ほんとおかしなもんだぜ。
Though here's actually something. There are actually a fair few Americans who realize it's not great living there, but they're not allowed to leave.
明日にで
So
も
I don't know
高
if you know
坂
about
に
this,
再面談を申し出たから
but if you want to live
ま
somewhere
だ正式に
else,
仮釈
and
放取り消しの
if
決
you
定が
so
下っ
if you
たわけ
live
じ
in
ゃない。
America and you want to move
改
somewhere
めて反
else,
省の色を示せば
until you've gained your full
向こうも仮釈放を
citizenship
認
in
め
the
るかも
place
しれ
you're
ない。
going to, you have to continue paying taxes to America as well as the place you're going to
ああもう
until
新
you've
規せえな。
lived there a
せ
set
っ
amount
か
of
く
time
冴島
to
さんが
earn a
戻って
full
きたんだ。
citizenship.
こんなバカほっといて。
And if you can't pay those taxes to both America and that place, you get shipped back to America to be imprisoned.
なんやこれ。
So it's also a case of
Shizuka.
you got people who live there and
これ
don't
は
realize
札
how
幌の
bad it is. Or you've got people that live there who do, but the
ほら、
country
みんな集まって。
literally won't let them
それじゃ
leave.
いつの日かここから出られる時のことを考
And it's
え
like
て。
that's kind of
気分転換
horrendous.
しましょう。
They're literally not even letting people
気分転換？
leave
ねえ、イ
to
メー
go
ジトレ
to
ーニングっ
even
て
go
やつです。
find a better
い
alternative.
ろんな想像を巡らして頭の中で月見のに行った気分になって思いっきり遊ぶんです。
なんだそりゃ。ガキの遊びにもならねえじゃねえか。
そう意地張らないでやってみれば楽しいですって。
Yeah,
ね。
that's another thing that's really funny. Is they constantly go on about, oh, we have freedom,
Alright,
like, we're the
Abba,
freest country. It's like,
I'm a
you're
koi.
really not.
いいで
I
す
can
か
name a handful of countries that definitely have much better freedom and liberties than you lot currently have. You just
あ
can't
いに
see
くや
it.
けどな。俺は月見のよう知らん。
そういや冴島さ
But
ん。
to be fair, there
人
are
の人じゃ
also,
ないですもんね。
as weird as it is to say, there are
じゃあ
worse
恋だと
places
です
to live. I'm not going to say
俺
what
が
those
月見の
are,
に行った頃の話しますから。
but anyone
冴
who
島さんは
pays
俺にな
attention
ったつもり
to
で
things around the
思いっ
world
きり
can
頭の中
probably
で
figure
その
out
シチュエーションを
what
想像してみ
I'm
る。
like where.
きっと本当に遊んだような気分になるはずですから。
まあええけど。
それじゃあ言いますよ。
What the fuck? Oh, so this is in our imagination now. But what the fuck? Oh! What the hell? Okay, this has got me baffled even by Yakuza standards. Like... I actually don't know what to say about this. Like, even by the standards of this series, this has got me. Yeah, I'm guessing we're dreaming now. Oh wait, 10 mil is not as much as it sounds, because you gotta think it's in yen. So, for yen amounts, you need to knock off a few zeros. So that's still a decent amount to play around with, but it doesn't sound, but it's not as much as it sounds. Like 10 mil. It's not as much as it sounds. I could be getting like the conversion amounts wrong, but I'm pretty sure you have to knock off 2 zeros for yen to get the amount in like pound or dollar. The conversion, that might not be 1-to-1 of what the conversion rate is, but it's roughly around that. So, okay, just casually give me 10 mil, okay. I mean, I'm probably not keeping this. There's no way, because I didn't imagine it into actual reality. So this is more roughly like 100,000 rather than 10 mil, if we knock off 2 zeros. But again, still a decent amount of money.
いらっしゃいませ。かしこまりました。
You know, it's funny, I could show this screenshot here of Sidra standing in a host club with a ghost, and no one would bat an eye at it, because they know how weird Yakuza gets. Like, I've got friends who have been streaming Yakuza 2, and I could show them a screenshot of this screen, and they would not bat an eye at, like, how weird this is. Okay, so it looks like they're teaching us about the host club minigame. Or we're gonna have to do the host club minigame. Which, fair. Okay, so I was actually pretty close then on the conversion amount. It's knock off 2 zeros and then roughly just over half. Okay. So yeah, no, I was actually pretty close then. Fair enough. Right, so how the host club minigames work in this is basically the host will ask you questions, or you'll have to answer them. And if you answer them right, the meter goes up. If you answer them wrong, it goes down. And you want to try and get the meter to that end section. You can also boost it by, well, buying stuff that's expensive like this. We've got the 10 mil, we may as well use it. See, it cost me $1 million, but it immediately filled the meter. Hey, we got experience for that. Trickle down economics. That's how it's supposed to work. At least that's the example they use, but that's never what actually happens. Like, that's the funny thing is, like, that what we just saw there, the Champagne Tower, is what people who believe in trickle-down economics try and use as an example of how it should work. Which is, oh, you pump all the money into the one on the top, and then they pay the people below them, and then they pay the people below them. But that's not what actually happens. What actually happens is you put all the money to the person at the top so they can buy the things they want, except they already have everything they want, and thus they don't spend the money, and they just save it for another time. Because that's the idea of what they're trying to imply with trickle-down economics is, oh, you give the money to the person at the very top, so then that person will go and buy things they want, and the money will move, so the money will move down to the next people, and then they'll go and buy stuff they want, and so on. But what ends up happening is, you give all the money to the person at the top top doesn't buy anything because they have no need to buy anything due to already being rich, so they just store the money away in an offshore bank account where it can't be taxed. And for some reason people still believe it's a good system. I'm gonna say yeah, so we have a conversation topic.
じゃあのんびり月見野で遊んでいけますね。私、仕事でカムロ町に行ってたことがあるんですよ。はい、ちょっと稼ぎに。そうですね。やっぱりこっちよりも賑わっててお給料良かったし。
どえ。
そうですね。でも全部使っちゃいました。東京で買い物したりクラブ行って遊んでたりしたら稼いだお金全部吹っ飛んじゃった。
I don't think we can talk about, like, not spending money wisely. We did just throw $1 million in a Champagne Tower as soon as we entered. I don't think we have grounds to talk about, like, being stingy with money.
本当ですか？でも私はもうちょっと貯金しておけばよかったかなって思ってるんですよ。
そうか。
やっぱり冴島さんもそう思います？実は私あんまり気にしてないんですよ。
Yep. But Saitama has the Riz, but at the same time doesn't because the guy is as dense as a brick. We have successfully wooed the girl, but he is also too dense to realize that he has wooed the girl. Honestly, a story that rings true to like 90% of people nowadays. Let's choose a subject to talk about.
ですか？ええ、私もまだ冴島さんと一緒にいたいです。冴島さん、生まれは東京じゃないですよね。 やっぱり関西の人は言葉ですぐわかりますからね。
ほんなら
私は北海道生まれ、北海道育ちですよ。そうそう、どさんこ。
Okay, I say Sidra has the Riz, but are we sure it's not me who has the Riz since I'm picking the answers?
そうか。
札幌です。いえ、子供の頃からずっとそうですよ。北海道の子って訛りないんです。今は普通にテレビで東京の言葉聞きますからね。おじいちゃんおばあちゃんくらいかな。お父さんお母さんも訛りないですよ。多分。
ひょっとして
知らないってことはないですけど、なまらとかでも使わないんですよね。
そうか。
青森とか東北の人の方がめっさなまってますよ。
せやな。
冴島さんだってなまってるんだから別にいいじゃないですか。どういう理屈ですかそれ。
Okay, Saijima, what logic was that? Seriously. The dances, like, I feel like Saijima did one of those things where you kind of are agreeing, and then he says one more thing too far, and it's like, ah, you almost had it. Alright, let's ask a question. Let's go over interests.
なあ。
好きって何のことですか？
Let's go with food. Yeah, Saijima really did just pull a self-aware wolf, didn't he? If you don't know what that is, it's effectively when a person is saying something, you agree with them, and then they say one bit too one line too many, and you're like, ah, you lost it. Saijima basically did that.
私割と何でも好きなんですけど。
ほんなら
I don't know. Dating games never really seem like something I would normally want to play. I don't know why.
私ね、ウニが好きなんですよ。
なるほど。
お寿司もいいんですけど、ウニ丼が好きなんです。ご飯の上にウニがぎっしり詰まってるのがいいんですよ。冴島さんはお化けとか幽霊って信じます？
I'm gonna say yeah because side quests from past games, we have fought ghosts.
私そういうのがダメなんですよ。 私子供の頃から階段とか本当苦手なんです。そういうの聞いた後は夜も怖くて。
By the way, ghosts are actually real in Yakuza. There's a handful of side stories or side quests where a ghost is doing something. So they're kind of real. You could argue the sub-stories aren't canon, except sometimes sub-stories get acknowledged in other games. Like, sub-stories from past games will be acknowledged, which means they were done. So, if we're applying the logic of the sub-stories are actually canon and the characters did this shit, that means that ghosts are real in Yakuza, because there's a handful of sub-stories where a ghost is doing something.
昨日たまたまテレビをつけたら心霊現象の番組やってて、おかげで今日は寝不足ですよ。
This feels like there isn't a correct answer. I feel like there's not a correct answer here, because two of them seem like I'm mocking her. Like, I feel like you're worrying too much, and why are you so scared? I feel like I'm mocking her. I don't know why. And I don't know how she would respond to me saying, I wish they were real. Yeah, they have a lot of ghost stories and stuff in Japan. Like, they take that stuff seriously. I guess we could try and alleviate... Yeah, I'm thinking the top one as well, because the other two do seem like we're mocking her.
どうしてですか?
Hmm.
それ面白い。冴島さんが化けて出てきたら私困っちゃう。
Hey, look at that. To be fair, that was kind of the line of thinking I was going with as well, for why I was thinking the top one was, like, it would be one of those, oh, it means we don't fully leave when we die, or it means your loved ones haven't fully passed when they've gone, so you could still see them again. Yeah, Saitama is the Riz Lord. Should we keep going, or should we call it there for the hostess stuff? What do you think, chat? Okay, I wasn't sure if the internet had cut out just then, because the Twitch player, like, went down for a second. So I wasn't sure if, like, I disconnected or something. Alright. They want to stay longer? Let's go. Yeah, the hostess minigames are actually kind of cool. They're kind of cool. Let's order something.
何頼みます?
So when ordering food, it's actually an interesting one, because sometimes the food you can order, if you order something that the hostess likes, you can also use that to raise your rating. For example, she mentioned that she likes like urchin on white rice. So I was wondering if they had something like that here, but it does not seem like it. But she likes seafood, so we're going to order takoyaki, which is octopus dumplings. Yeah, it could be on Twitch's end then if it's happening to you as well. So I have had it sometimes where I've disconnected mid-stream and basically had to wait for the internet to come back, which can be a bit of a pain sometimes.
この前、大学の時のサークルの仲間に呼ばれて久々にジンパしたんですよ。現役の子たちと OB20 人くらいで集まってバーベキューしたんです。大学行くの卒業して以来だったから懐かしくて。
I think we'll have this one to pique curiosity together to keep talking.
ええ、みんなやってますよ。
Make it seem like
専
we're
用のゴミ箱
interested.
なんかもちゃんとありますし。
But it is actually interesting holding a barbecue at the university.
冴島さんはバーベキューとかするんですか？
あ
やっぱりアウトドアなんですね。料理も得意なんですか？
I feel like we're good at starting fires comes across as incompetence. But also the Sidra doesn't seem like the type who'd be very gentle at cooking.
でも食べっぷりがいいと作りがいがありますよね。
We are the Riz Lord. Yep. I have to give an example somewhere for you guys to get it. So about the snow festival.
So yeah.
But I have to give I have to give examples for people. This is educational Twitch.
すごいですよね。作る方も見る方もこの寒い中よくやるなって思います。へえ、冴島さんそういうのお好きなんですね。結構意外です。ないですよ。雪だるまくらいなら子供の時作ったことありますけど。
そうか。
そんなの関係ないですよ。そりゃあ東京の人とかだったら雪が降ってはしゃぐのはわかりますけど、北海道の人にとっては雪が降るのは別に楽しいことってわけでもないですから、雪かきとか大変なんですよ。
I see where she's coming from with this. So we can either agree. I feel like you gotta have a sense of fun is another one where it seems like we're mocking her by saying she's a, like, what's the word? Stick in the mud, maybe? I don't know. So I'll say, so we'll say this one. Plus, snow can be a bit of a pain to deal with if it comes at the wrong time. Like, when you're a kid, it's fun to play in the snow, but when you're an adult, it's like, oh god, I've got to do this today. Especially when you have to, like, get somewhere because you've got, like, a job to do and bills to pay and you've got to unfreeze the car. you've got to drive extra carefully because the road is more ice than pavement.
ほんなら
あ、家の中は暖房がガンガンに効いてるんで逆に暑いくらいですよ。
Hmm. Okay, immediately writing off the autosave electricity one. The top one feels like we're going a bit too hard. It feels like we're going a bit too hard on that one at the top, so I'm going to stick with B.
そうか。
全然 T シャツ1枚でもへっちゃらです。私なんて家じゃ裸ですし。
Yeah, exactly. Like, a sheet of untouched snow is honestly beautiful to look at. But God, when you actually have to go outside in it, it is a nightmare.
Mm.
外寒くありませんでした？
いいよ。
やっぱり冴島さんはタフですね。
Ma'am, do you see these muscles? The cold can't do shit to me. I could bench press a bear with these.
私寒いのダメなんですよ。
To be fair, again, it's this. In real life, I can't handle the cold very well either. But a lot of that is I have arthritis and the cold fucks with my joints quite badly. So it's one of those weird ones. Also, yeah, true. Like, I say like we're going to might be a bit too fast, and then here she goes saying she walks around naked.
Oremo
ですよね。私冬は絶対に外に出ないって決めてますもん。
そうか。
ね、冴島さんも冬眠しましょうよ。で、春になったら働きましょう。
せやな。
そうそう。夏は
Okay,
暑くて日焼け
it's
する
funny
し。
that Saito just
春と
mentioned
秋だ
that
けでいい
because
ですよね。
Japan has a really hardcore work culture. So it's interesting that he's pointing that out. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I can't win regardless of the weather condition. If it's too cold, my joints get affected because of the arthritis. If it's too hot, my skin gets agitated because of eczema. I can't win. There is literally no weather condition that is ideal for me to exist in where I'm not suffering in some way. I really can't win.
おいおい。
グラスが空ですけどどうします？
Let's get golden champagne.
いいですか？ゴールドいただきました。
Also, no need to feel sorry for me. But, like, I know, like, this is just, like, it's one of those, I have a lot of medical issues, but I've lived with most of them for a huge portion of my life. That I'm kind of used to them at this point. So this is okay, so this is going to be a little bit more of a personal one, but it gives you an idea of how much medical bullshit I have to deal with. I've had cases where I've gone to the doctors, and it's a doctor that's never seen me before and hasn't seen my file. And I've legit had cases where they've looked at my file, turn to me, and just say they're sorry. It's like, yep, that checks. That's alright. So it's alright to laugh about it. I openly joke that I'm playing life on hard mode. Alright, let's ask her a question. Let's ask her about her hobbies.
So yeah.
家でゴロゴロすることですね。なんか猫と一緒に遊んだりとか、あと適当に映画見たりとか。
Well, we know she has cats. Let's see what kind she has.
白いのと黒いのがいて、両方とも女の子。あのね、私が寝てると勝手にお腹の上に乗ってきて、ふにゃーんって寝てるの。
That's adorable.
私は重くてうえーってなるんだけど、可愛いからそのままよしよしってして一緒に寝てるの。
おいおい。
今朝ね、テレビ見たらサソリ座の運勢が1位だったの。
そうか。
あのね、
I mean, even if I could cure some of my physical ones, there's still mental ones there. But to be fair, if I, you know, this is gonna sound like a weird one, but if I had a choice to not have them anymore, I would honestly choose to keep them, as weird as it sounds, because they're kind of what's defined me as a person and made me me, if that makes sense. Like, I'm the way I am because of the hardships and shit that I've had to deal with growing up. And obviously when I mean hardship, I'm talking medical wise and shit. But also, I you know, I have my own share of traumas, but who doesn't? Everyone does, you know? But it's one of those, but they're what's defined me as who I am, so I wouldn't get rid of them if I had the choice.
いいんですか？
ああ。
さすが冴島さん、太っ腹ですね。すみません。
そういや。
別に信じてるってわけじゃないんですけど、毎日見てると楽しいじゃないですか。野球やサッカーみたいで。明日こそはサソリ座頑張れとか、双子座最近ちょっと調子乗りすぎじゃないとか。でしょ？冴島さんも自分のチームを応援するといいですよ。
A lot of people say they wish they hadn't gone through this and that, and for some experiences I understand and I can agree. There's some shit people shouldn't go through, but you know, but there's also some experiences where you go look at well, would you still be who you were if that didn't happen? it's a really interesting one to look at. Like I said, obviously there's some stuff that people shouldn't go through, and I feel sorry for those who have gone through through those things. As I say, it's your experiences that shape you as a person.
かしこまりました。
冴島さん、じゃあまた後でね。
Yeah. Flawless victory. Oh yeah, like, obviously if ultra fucked up stuff, I would be like, yeah, no, like, you could probably have done without going through that, and I apologize you had to. Oh, are we gonna get a classic Yakuza soundtrack? Let's go. So the karaoke in these games is honestly hilarious and phenomenal. Yeah, so how the hostess games tend to work in Yakuza is each host club has like 1 or 2 girls you can interact with, and as you interact with them you build up a relationship meter, which means you'll have more interactions and dates with them. And if you max it out, they tend to have a sub-story connected to them as well, sometimes. And if you max out their thing, you normally get something for it. Oh my god, I just realized what's playing in the background. It's fucking playing Live and Learn from Sonic. I guess it checks, because Yakuza is made by Sega. But I just realized the background music is Live and Learn. To be fair, like, if you like, Yakuza games are honestly something I would recommend giving a go. Because the story's good, the combat is fun, the sub-stories are hilarious, and there's like 1,000 games in these things. From various mini-games like the dating one for hostess clubs, a fucking rhythm game for karaoke and dancing. Not to mention there's fully functional arcades that have past Sega games in them that you can just go and play. Like, these games are jam-packed with things to do. And they're surprisingly cheap. Like, I think each one's like £15 or something last time I checked on Steam. And that wasn't even with a sale. That's just their price. Like, the only ones that are not that cheap are the ones that have come out relatively recently. And yet there's more shit in this than I've seen in most games that are like 60 quid. Like, there's most games I see, it's like, oh, it's like £60 and it's like only 6 hours of content best. And you've got fucking £15 Yakuza coming in with like, they'll give you literally hundreds of hours worth of content you could just fuck around with. Yeah, there's a reason these games are as beloved as they are. They go hard. Yep. Oh, there's like a hand waving thing as well. Oh, okay. Oh, this is the support. Okay. So, here's one of the really funny things of Yakuza for the karaoke. They have music videos attached if you're towards the end of the song. I love the little chibi Saijima lifting weights. Also, by the way, the voice actors actually sing the songs for the karaokes. If you're the like, they actually get the voice actors to sing it. Alright, let's do this. But we're being support right now, so we're not the ones singing, we're encouraging.
Go, go! Oi! 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 Oi!
Come on, baby.
Saijima's getting a bit too into it.
Pretty face! Oh, luge of love! Can't take my heart. とても自由 Oh, luge of love! Oh, luge of love! Can't take my heart! 心にもね Luge of love! Everybody say luge of love! La 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 luge of love!
So I'm sure there was a nice song here. But I don't think we could hear it over the fucking gorilla here, like screaming Rouge of Love. I'm sure there was a good song here, but we couldn't quite make it out over the gorilla. Alright, now it's my turn to pick a song.
楽しかった。歌聞かせてくださいよ。
Oh yeah, no, these karaoke bits are amazing. Honestly, they're so much fun. Alright, now we're gonna get to hear Saijima sing. Let's see how this goes. Wait, is this the meme song? Oh my god, I think it is. I thought I messed up already. Yes, there it is! Dame dame, dame yo, dame dame yo. Damn, I missed up the end. Oh yeah, it's a good song. It's just become a meme because in every Yakuza game where it's singable, the character at Dame Dame part, there's always a random photo they're crying at. So because that, it's kind of entered meme status where like it will play that part, but people will swap the picture for other things that the character is crying about. So I didn't do as good on that one, I don't think. I did miss a fair few. But the song itself is actually really funny. That's not funny, sorry. The song itself is actually quite good.
わかったわ。
ありがとうございました。
I still think my favorite Yakuza karaoke song is 24 Hour Cinderella, sung by Majima. It's so good, but man, does it cause emotional damage the first time you play it. Oh. To be fair, Saejima as a whole just does emotional damage to people. I love how they just pop into existence. Their mind just like, oh, okay. My god, I fucking love these games. This is what I mean. This is the contrast of Yakuza. One moment it's really cool, like deep and serious, and the next moment you got like an army of thugs pop out of nowhere and the character just barely questions it. Translation: I'm about to beat these punks in your in the imagination. Okay, we got a level. Let's look at what we can get. Grab the uppercut. Ooh, okay, that looks like a pretty cool move. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I want to look at my key actions. Here we go. Ah, here it is. So this is the superheat action. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to pull that off soon so we can see some absurdity happen. So, how much of the story do you reckon is actually true from the old man's memory?
案外いい気分転換になったでしょ。
たく、おめえさんの話はどれもこれも嘘くさくてかなわん。
全部本当なんですって。どうあがいだって俺らがシャバで飲んで食って遊べるまでには。俺らにだって生きることを楽しむ権利はあるんです。死ぬまでここにいるってなら話は別ですけど。だから今ここでこうして。
Yep, definitely 100%. That's exactly how it went down.
シャバの楽しいことを目いっぱい考えて明日が来るの待ちましょうよ。楽しいシャバが待ってる。だから早く罪を償ってここを出たい。そう思う方が囚人として健全ってもんじゃありません？
そうだな。ここにいるだけが俺らの人生じゃない。
So now the question
無償でもない
is,
限り
how long is this prison section gonna be?
最後はシャバで死んでいくんだ。だから俺たちも早くシャバに帰りたいと思うようにしねえとな。ねって。
そうやな。
Oh god, he's one of them. How could anyone sleep with that in the same thing?
冴島さん。
How can anyone sleep with that in the same room? Yep. Alright, let's quickly save.
あ、冴島さん。今日は朝から診療所で治療だったはずじゃないですか。
そうだ。今日は作業も休みのはずだろう。ただでさえ木工班の連中にやられたばかりなんだ。あまり表を動き回らない方がいい。
治療やったらもうすんだ。
So I wonder how long this
ババちゃんどこ行ったか
prison section of the game's gonna be.
さあ、どこ行ってんだか。え？もしかしてそれを気にしてわ
These
ざわざ運
sections
動
can
場
be
に。
kind of long and a bit restricting on the gameplay.
あんたが気にしてるのはババの仮釈放の
As
こ
I
とだ
said,
ろ
when
う。
we first played as
安心しな。
Saijima in 4, we were in
今朝あ
prison
ん
as
たが
well.
診療所に行った後、ババが直接副所長の高坂に頼んで、今ちょう
And
ど
I'm pretty
再
sure
面談を
this
し
is
て
gonna
る
end
と
with
こ
us doing a prison break.
それ本当ですか？
ああ。ババのやつ、やっと吹っ切れたらしい。ちゃんと仮釈放して、シャバで生きていくことを決心したようだ。
そうか。
いやー、それはよかった。あいつ相当悩んでたみたいだから、このままここに居残るのかと思ってましたよ。
ババのやつ言ってたよ。ここで無駄に飯食ってるだけじゃ罪は消えない。だから厳しくても表に出て、現実と向き合って、そして罪を償うってな。臆病になっていたババを勇気づけたのはあんたなんだよ、冴島。
あれ？副所長だ。っ ってことはもう面談終わったんじゃ。
ん？それじゃあ馬場のやつどこ行ったんだ？
Okay,
俺ちょっ
now
と
I'm
刑務官に聞いてき
concerned.
ます。
Okay, something's happened, I just know it.
どうだった？もう面談は終わったのか？
それは馬場の面談1時間以上前に終わってるらしいっす。
I don't think they let him go.
ほんなら奴はどこ行ったんや。
Or either I don't think they've let him go, or something's happened to him. Okay, he hasn't said anything new. I feel like they have done something to Bubba-chan. These games have conditioned me to whenever I have to I say chan at the end of something, I have to do it like Majima and go like 3 octaves higher. Fucking Majima's done this to me with the many times he has said Kiryu-chan. I have been conditioned. Okay. Do you say anything different? Yeah, that's right. They've enriched me. Also, yeah, 100%. If that guy in his group hurt Baba, Saijima is going to take off the training weights. No more holding back. Okay, can't go up there. I gonna be honest, I don't know what to do now. I think I've talked to everybody who has anything meaningful to say.
あんた、うちの坊によるババ知っとるか？
ああ、あいつ知ってる。
Looks like I did
さっ
miss
き
one.
見たよ。
ほんまか？どこに行ったかわかるか？
最近入った気味悪いやついいんじゃん。釘原だっけ？あいつらと資材置き場の方行ったわ。結構前だけど。
Oh no!
ババちゃんが釘原と？
冴島さん。
Yeah.
冴島、ババなんだが。
I think Saijima's gonna let loose.
俺も今聞いたとこや。
あいつら、お前だけじゃ飽き足らず、ババにも手を出してきたってことか。
くそ、あいつら。とにかく急いで資材置き場に行かな。
Now, unfortunately, the gang made a mistake here. They brought someone innocent into this.
やりやがった。いてよ。
違う。俺じゃない。
Oh. He defended himself.
どうした？こんなところで何をこそこそやってる？こいつがいきなり大技をさせたんだよ。いてよ。何？ババちゃん。ババ。お前がやったのか。
It was a setup.
俺じゃない。俺じゃないんだ。
何？じゃあその手に持っているものは何だ？
They knew he was getting parole. So they set it up for him to not, so he wouldn't get it.
俺の足を。
違う。これは俺のじゃ。
Oh, these motherfuckers.
怪我人を早く医務室に連れて行け。ババ、お前。
兄貴。
これで仮釈放の件もなしだな。あと数日だったというのにバカなことをしたもんだ。
何やって？
俺じゃない。俺じゃないんだ。兄貴、信じてくれ。
ほら、
we do.
さっさとこっちに来い。ババちゃん。
These motherfuckers.
大変なことになったぞ。
They knew he was gonna get parole, so they fucked him over.
嘘だろ。当たり前だ。あいつは仮釈放の嘆願書を提出したばかりだ。そんな奴が自らケーキ伸ばすような真似するはずがない。
ですよね。
冴島、あんたどう思
う？いずれにせよわからないことが多すぎます。誰か詳しいこと知ってないか聞いて回りませんか？
せやな。
Oh yeah, Saijima is very pissed, and I'm pissed too.
Yeah.
Is that... This is what I mean. Yakuza makes you care about these random side characters you only just met. Because they're written well, that you actually, like, feel for them. Oh, when we get the chance, we are gonna destroy Kuzaki and his fucking group.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, these guys aren't saying anything different.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was doing... So he... Was Baba forced into a fucking vow of silence as well? And that's why Saijima wasn't aware it was happening to him too? Because if so, that's even more fucked up than I thought.
西島さん、どうでしたか？そうですか。
結局馬場がやったという証言はなかったが、やってないという証言もなかったな。
けどせやったらあの刑務官らも馬場を犯人扱いできへんやろうが。
そりゃどうかな。被害者本人が馬場に刺されたって言ってるからな。直接証拠としては十分って気もする。
直接証拠？
ええ。馬場ちゃんが刺したという目撃証言や被害者
But
の
the
証
thing
言
is,
とか、
and this is an old
馬場
thing
ちゃ
to
んが
say, and
犯
I
行し
hate
た
that I
事
have to
実を
say
裏
it,
付ける証拠の
you
こと
can't always trust what the victim says, because there's been
でも
plenty
それ
of
だけじゃ
false, like,
馬場がやったって
claims
証拠にはならないんじゃないの
to
か。
bring it into question, and
で
I hate
も
that I have
俺
to
らも
even
刑
say
務官も
that.
みんな馬場ちゃんが凶器持ってたことは見ています。つまり直接証拠を裏付ける間接証拠もあるってわけです。言い逃れは苦しいでしょう。
日村、その知識一体。
せやけど馬場は自分はやってへんって言うとるやろが。自分らそれ信じへんのか。
馬場を信じるなら刺された連中の方が嘘をついているということになるが。
当然その可能性もあるでしょうね。だが今はそれを証明する事実が何一つない。
それじゃどう
And
しようもない。
especially since we know these guys are scumbags. Like,
いや、手は
you
ありま
can't
す。
trust the fucking thing.
なんだ？
Yeah, that guy and his
馬
gang
場
would
ちゃんが
say.
刺してないっていう証拠を集めるんじゃなく、逆にあいつらが嘘をついてるって証拠を用意すればいいんです。
嘘の証拠？
ええ。俺の読みじゃあの凶器、あれは刺された連中が用意したもんなんじゃないかと思ってます。あんな木彫り用ののみ、木工犯じゃない馬場ちゃんに用意できると思います？
確かに。
だが相手が持っていた武器を馬場が取り上げて刺したって可能性もあるだろう。
ええ。でも逆にそこがおかしいんです。あの時刺された男は馬場ちゃんがいきなり刺してきたと言っていた。いきなりってことは 武器を奪われたという事象の否定。つまりあの凶器は馬場ちゃんが用意したものであると被害者自ら断定してるんです。
なるほどな。
そしたらあの凶器の出所探って馬場が用意でけんかったっちゅうのを確かめたらいいんやな。
そうです。それが証明できれば被害者の証言を否定することができる。そうなれば少なくとも馬場ちゃんが犯人であることも同時に否定できます。
日村。
はい。
さっきから気になっていたんだが、どうしてお前そんなに証拠やらなんやら詳しいんだ。
やっぱり気になっちゃいます？このこと内緒にしておいてほしいんですけど、実は私昔同系の刑事なんかをやってまして、しかも一課の。
刑事やと？なんで刑事が無所におるんや？
まあそれは職業柄いろいろと誘惑がありまして、
There's plenty of reasons why a detective would be behind
ついいわ
bars.
ゆる汚職ってやつに手を染めてしまったと言いますか。
なんで隠してた？
そりゃ刑事といや犯罪者を逮捕する仕事でしょ。刑務所の中で元刑事だなんてバレたら受刑者たちからリンチされるのは目に見えてますよ。
そういうことか。
収賄罪で幸い刑期も短いし黙りで行こうと思ってたんですが、同じ棒で一緒に飯食った仲間の窮地ですからね。黙ってるわけにもいかないと。
なるほどな。見直したぜ。
And I have respect for all of these guys now completely.
具体的には何したらいい？
These guys are ride or
馬場
die.
ちゃんが手に持ってい
These
た
are
あののみが
bros.
どこにあったものなのかを調べるのが一番の早道でしょ
よし。ほんならそれを調べて回るか。
そうですね。手分けして情報を聞き込みしましょ
聞き込みか。まるで刑事の口ぶりだな。
う。さあ気合い乗ってきた。やりましょう。
ああ。
Alright, so we're gonna have to investigate the, we're gonna have to most likely investigate the shed. He's still bitching about his parole. Check over this side. Okay, no one over here is helpful. But I fully expect Sidra was about to destroy someone by the end of this. Okay. So these guys are all going to be fucking pointless. They're not going to tell me anything new. Nothing around here. Right, we've got to speak to the old man.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. I've got to be fucking ready for these quick time events. Yeah, it's very intense right now. You could definitely feel the tension. Oh, look at that. We figured out exactly what we knew. That the woodworkers are the bad guys, and so is the guy with the scar on his face. And obviously they shanked people.
結局凶器ののみが木工班のものだったってことは分かったが、それが誰のものかは分からずじまいか。
直接のみを見ることができたら誰の使ってるのみか分かるもんなんやろうか。
とはいえあの凶器なら馬場と一緒に刑務官が持って行っちまっただろう。
そうなんですよね。あれさえ見せてもらえれば出どころの調べようもあるってもんなんですが。
どないする？刑務官とこ行って頼むしかないか。
そこまでお人よしじゃないでしょう、刑務官も。 言ったら最後3人揃って懲罰房に入れられるのが関の山です。
お前らどうすんね仕方ねえ。やるか。
やるって何よ。
盗む。
So, what are you good at? Thievery.
盗むって。大島のおやっさん、あんた自分の言ってることの意味分かってます？
ああ。
ここはシャバじゃないんですよ。刑務官から物を盗んでバレたりしたら、それこそ懲罰房どころじゃ済みませんよ。下手したら刑期延長も。
安心しな。この俺がそんなヘマやらかさねえって。
おやっさん、あんたまさか。
窃盗数1万5000件超、逮捕歴ゼロ。背広の平八郎とは俺のことよ。
知ってる。刑事課に配属された頃、盗難係ですでに伝説と言われてた大泥棒だよ。もう引退してるって話だったけど、まさか実在したなんて。
そんな大泥棒がなんで無所に。逮捕歴ゼロなんよ。
自首したんだ。60歳の誕生日にな。
自首？
ああ。ずっとかみさんに隠してたんだ。盗みをやってること。毎日サラリーマンのふりして背広を着て家を出ては盗みを繰り返していた。
Ah, was this guy running with the payday gang?
だが俺が定年すると決めていた60歳の誕生日、俺が家に帰るとかみさんは家からいなくなっていた。
どうして？まさか親さんが盗みやってんの知ってショックで自殺したとかですか？
バカ野郎、そんなんじゃねえ。盗まれたんだよ、別の男に。
Oh man.
笑うな。盗みをやり続けた俺が一番大事なもん盗まれ続けてたことに気づかなかった。だから俺はそんな自分が嫌になって自首したんだ。
人に歴史ありやな。
Oh yeah, no, businessmen are probably the biggest thieves out there.
伝説の泥棒。
100%, like.
本当。人生
They
ど
rob
こでどんな
thousands
出会いがある
blind
か
per day.
分かったもんじゃないですね。
もう二度と盗みはやらねえと誓っていたが、馬場のためなら仕方ねえ。きっちり俺が刑務官とこからあの狂気。
Like I said, these guys are fucking ride or die for their like cellmates. These guys are bros.
それじゃ
all
あ、狂
of
気
them.
の方は大島さんに任せましょう。
俺らはどうする？
少しでも証言を集めましょう。今、釘原の一味も全員刑務官に事情聴取を受けてますから自由に動けますしね。証言を集め終わったらここに合流するということで。
分かった。
Oh, it's the old man again. Didn't even say anything. I just existed near him and the guy wanted to beat my ass. You ain't ever gonna catch me. Oh, fuck. He fucking juked me. Oh, he is gonna give us an ass beating later for this one.
冴島、
どうやった？
俺にかかればこんな山へでもねえよ。
ほんなら、
ああ、バッチリだ。
さすが背広の平八だ。
バカ、でかい声出すな。
すんません、つい。
日村、お前本当に元刑事なのか？
いや、これでも署では切れ者で通ってたんですがね。で、のみは誰のもんだったんですか？
予想通りあいつのだったよ。
134番。あの釘原の番号です。
ああ、早速この件を高坂に。
待ってくれ。
どうした冴島？
そんな怖え面してどうした？
なんでババに手出した？お前の標的は俺のはずや。
あ、
何言ってんのかさっぱりわかんねえな。手出されたのはこっちの方だろうな。かわいそうに大和田の野郎、あれじゃ足に後遺症残るぜ。
とぼけんのもええ加減にせえ。
おいおい、勘弁してくれよ。まさかあんたも馬場と同じで俺らを誘ってんじゃねえだろうな。
馬場が大和田を刺したっちゅうこののみ。お前のんやろ。木工の作業所からお前の道具だけきれいになくなっとったわ。馬場を脅して無理やり連れ出したいうことも分かっとる。さあ、観念して白状したらどうや。
バカが、あんなクズ一人助けたところで何になるっていうんだ。お前の仮釈が早くなるわけでもあるまいに。
そないなん関係ない。今 すぐ一緒に刑務官とこ行って決着つけたるやないか。
ババちゃんは仮釈放が決まってたんだ。それをお前が台無しにしたんだ。
あいつもおとなしく言うことを聞いてればこんな目に遭わずに済んだってのに、生意気に反抗するからこんなことになるんだ。
どういうことや。
馬場に言ったんだよ、昨日の夜。冴島が懲罰房から帰ってきたら寝首をかけってな。
なんやと。
ただでってわけじゃねえ。ちゃんと表に出てからの仕事も斡旋してやるって言ったんだ。確かあいつ組に捨てられて仮釈放をひよってたんだよな。
お前
だがあいつは断った。
Bastard.
人が親切に仕事世話してやるって言ったのによ。だから呼び出してお仕置きしてやったのさ。仮釈取り消しのお仕置きをよ。教えてやろう。あん時本当は何が起こってたのかをな。はじめにあの場所で俺の部下たちが喧嘩してた。もちろん俺の指示だ。足に飲みさして怪我もさせてな。そこに馬場のやつがやってきた。俺は喧嘩の仲裁に入るふりをして手に持っていた飲みを馬場に渡した。あいつはよく考えもせずにそれを受け取ってくれたよ。あとはお前も知ってる通りだ。
Saejima is going to fucking flatten this man. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he is literally picking a fight with the worst person.
最低のクズや。
クズに最高も最低もねえだろうがよ。所詮あいつも人殺し。ここにいる全員クズなんだよ。俺もお前もな。
兄貴、冴島、お前。
立てや。
Not so tough now, are you?
やっと手出したな。
はよ立て言うとんのや。望み通りいくらでも相手したる。
何万回殴られてもやり返さなかったくせに、あんなバカ一人に手出されただけで切れやがって。
じゃがましや。お前に切れとるんやない。俺は自分に怒っとんだよ。
なんだと。
俺は自分のことしか考えとらんかった。はよここから出なあかん。それしか頭になかった。せやからお前らに好き放題させてしもたんや。目の前におる殴りたいやつも殴られへん。それで何が極道じゃ。何が若頭じゃ。
Oh, shirts off.
兄弟や思える男。見捨てていけるほど俺は人間できてへん。
I think this guy's afraid now.
弟の痛み、体で味わうてもらうで。
やれるもんならやってもらおうじゃねえか。久々の喧嘩楽しませてもらうぜ。さあ楽しもうぜ。
Now, this guy's a little annoying. I'll deal with you in a moment. Okay, now I can deal with you. Okay, that's a grab, so I can't try and block that. Once I got the hang of his moveset though, the guy went down like a bitch.
何がおもろい？
この勝負、俺の勝ちだ。全囚人が見ているこの状況、言い逃れはできねえぜ。手こずったが、これで俺の目的は達成できたってことだ。
何の話？
俺があんたにちょっかい出してた本当の目的を教えてやろうか。
冴島への復讐じゃないのか？
復讐なんかじゃねえ。俺の目的はな、冴島隊があんたの刑期を伸ばすことだったんだよ。あんたをぶっ殺すつもりなら初めっからそうしてる。俺はずっとあんたが手出してくるの待ってたんだ。これであんたもめでたく模範囚から脱落、仮釈放も絶望的ってわけだ。
なぜそんなことを？
お前そんなことのためにババ巻き込んだんか。俺とお前はシャバで因縁があったわけちゃう。俺の刑期伸ばしてお前に一体何の得があるっちゅうんや。
得とかそういう問題じゃねえんだよ。俺はただ上から命令されただけなんだからな。
何やと？一体誰の差し金や？
またお前たちか。冴島。
副所長さん、聞いてくれ。こいつの方から手出してきやがったんだ。
そうなのか？
はい。
これで仮釈放はなしだ。あと1年俺らと仲良くやろうぜ、冴島の旦那。
お前は黙ってろ。全員連行だ。怪我している者は先に手当て。
はっ。ほら、こっちに来い。
懲罰貿易やないんか、副所長さん。
なぜ手を出した？なぜ手を出したと聞いているんだ。
おかしなこと聞くんやな。こないだはなんで手出さへんのか聞いてきたばっかりやないか。これは
お前の仮釈放申請書だ。数日前から私が進めていた。
なんで？あんた組の人間は表出さんって言うてたやないか。
1週間前に所長宛てに届けられたハガキだ。登場会がお前を破門するという旨が書かれた破門状だ。刑務所は更生施設。罪を犯した人間を更生させるのが本来の目的だ。罪に対して十分な更生を態度で示した服役囚には刑期の軽減措置が図られる。仮釈放もその一つだ。通常服役囚が極道関係者の場合、更生を示す最も有効な手立てが組を辞めるということ。つまり今回のケースもそれに当たる。お前、ここを出たら登場会の若頭を襲名する予定だったんだろう。
I think it was the Ayama
2
guy
年前、
who
お前がここに移送されてく
kicked
る際、
Saejima out
警察関係者から申し送りがあった。
because we know
そ
he
の
was
ことが
acting
他
chairman
の
for
囚
a
人に
while.
バレないよう配慮してくれとな。 傷害罪で3年。お前ほどの大物がこの手の軽微な罪状で服役する場合の理由は2つだ。敵対する第三者にはめられたりなどして現場不在を余儀なくされた場合、もしくは逆に自ら身を洗い組織の万全を期すため。釘原に暴行を受けても手を出さなかったのは身を洗い一刻も早く組織に戻るためだよな。
もう波紋の見え関係ない。
今回のことは不問に付す。組を辞めたお前がもうここで無駄に苦しむ必要もないだろう。どうした？泣いてるのか？
Again, this guy's actually an actually decent guard. Because we're so used to seeing like really corrupt cops in these types of things. It's so baffling to see an actual good guard.
つくづく自分が情けない。
It fucking baffles me.
どこに行く？おい。
高坂藩。仮釈放の件辞退させてもらいます。
なんだと？
破門されて初めて分かった。俺はヤクザを続けたかったんやない。ただ自分が信じた奴らと一緒に降りたかっただけなんや。もともとどの組織におるとか若頭になるとかどうでもええんや。今はちゃんと罪償うてここ出られりゃそんだけでええ。
冴島。
冴島の兄貴。
冴島さん。
その様子やと濡れ衣無事晴れたようやな。
本当にありがとうございました。俺本当になんて言ったらいいか。
礼はええ。それより仮釈放の方はどうなったんや。
認められました。副所長が通してくれたようです。
そうか。
Like genuinely, that warden, that the deputy warden, legit has my respect.
あれだけの騒ぎを起こして懲罰貿易じゃなかったのか。
俺も不問にされたんや。あの高坂いう男にな。
高坂が？馬場ちゃんの件といい、冴島さんの件といい、いつからあいつそんなに寛大になったんですか？
波紋のせいや。
波紋？
それってまさかあんた組を追われたってことじゃ。
そのまさかや。
兄貴、波紋ってそんな何があったんです？
理由はわからんけど破門されたこと自体はどうでもええ。それよりなんだ？嫌な予感がするんや。
It really is, honestly.
配達です。
This is honestly surprisingly wholesome. I see Majima on the newspaper. I'm guessing this is the news bulletin that Kiryu was angry at.
冴島さんがいた組のことですよね。
東上会最高幹部真島五郎氏死亡って。兄貴これ。
See, I don't believe Majima is dead. The man has faked his death like several times already.
こういうことやったんか。
まさかあんたの波紋ってのもこの事件が関係してるのか？
兄貴。
嘘や。こないなことあるわけない。
冴島さん。
こんな時間に何を騒いでいる。余暇時間中とはいえ静粛に。これ以上騒げば減点対象とするぞ。
すみません。
冴島、馬場。
はい。
先日お前らが行った刑務作業の件で話がある。二人とも棒から出ろ。
わかりました。
冴島、お前もだ。早く立て。
兄貴。
呼び出したのはあんたか、副所長。嘘の理由まで作ってこないな場所呼び出して、一体何の話？
副所長室では第三者に話が聞かれる可能性もあるからな。
Yeah,
安全のためだ。
actually looks like a pretty
我慢してくれ。
like cozy cell to be honest.
どういうことです？説明してください。
実は冴島の仮釈放申請が却下された。
え？却下ってどうして？
私にもわからない。通常仮釈放の申請は施設のある地方公正保護委員会が審理し決定されるものなんだが、今回はさらにその上法務省から直接圧力がかかったようだ。
法務省って？そんな。
冴島は全国の警察関係者もマークする裏社会の大物だ。東上会ほどの大組織の最高幹部が仮釈放されるとあれば、法務省が口出ししてくることも考えられるが。
話言うんはそれだけか。
ん？
さっきも言うたはずや。俺は仮釈放を申請するつもりはない。それに馬場ちゃんはこのことに何の関係もないはずや。俺はすぐにでも調べなあかんことがあるんや。
真島五郎のことだな。
真島？真島って確かさっき新聞に載ってた人の名前。
真島五郎、東上会射程頭直系真島組組長。構成員数千人を超える組内最大の勢力真島組の組長であり、冴島大河の唯一無二の兄弟分。そうだったな。
え？じゃああの殺された人っていうのは兄貴の親友？
そう。そしてその真島を殺したと目されているのが札幌北方組の組長北方泰造だ。
北方組？
警察関係者の話によれば、真島は東上会会長の命を受け、北方組を傘下に収めるべく札幌へとやってきていたらしい。そして組長の北方との会合中に撃たれて死んだそうだ。どうしてお前がここに呼ばれたのかわかるな、ババ。
はい。
なんなんや、ババちゃん。
北方組は前に俺がいた組です。
なんやて。
場所を移した方が良さそうだ。そうだな。資材置き場で待っててくれ。私もすぐに向かう。一緒にいるのを見られるのは避けたい。
ええんか。この隙に何するか分からへんぞ。
お前も話の続きを聞きたいだろう。冗談に付き合っている暇はない。いいな。
分かった。
兄貴。
馬場ちゃん、今は副所長の言うこと聞いとこう。話はそれからや。
はい。
Okay, I'm gonna quick save, and then I guess we'll head over to the storeroom. No idea if this will kick off the next section of the game or not.
待たせたな。
で、さっきの話やが、馬場ちゃんが真島をやったっちゅう 北方組の人間やっちゅうのはほんまか？
ええ、そうです。でも高坂さん、俺が北方組の人間だったとしてシャバの事件とは関係が？
そんなことは分かっている。私が気にしているのはお前らの身の安全だ。
安全って一体どういうことですか？
どうも引っかかるんだ。今回の一件、あらかじめ全てが仕組まれていたことのように感じる。
どういうことへ？
半年前に集団で入所してきたあの国原のグループ、それと共に始まった冴島への暴行。連中の目的はお前の刑期延長だった。そこに来て波紋の話。仮釈放の手続きを私が進めた途端、国原たちは手口を変え、馬場を罠にはめることで冴島の仮釈放が取り消されるよう仕組んできた。なぜそこまでしてお前の刑期を延長する必要がある？
冴島の兄貴に復讐させないためですか？
その可能性はある。もしかしたら国原たちは事前に真島が殺されるということを知らされていて、冴島がここから出て北方組に復讐できないよう足止め役として送り込まれた人間なのかもしれない。
確かに北方組は大きな組です。でも囚人を送り込めたとしても法務省に圧力をかけるような力があるとはとても。
ああ、そうだ。もし法務省に手を回すことができるとすれば、そんな組織は2つしか存在しない。一つは関西の近江連合、それにもう一つは
The Tojo Clan。
そうか。つまり釘原たちは東上界の息がかかった連中ちゅうことか。
え？ああ。もしこの推測が当たっているとしたら、話
Well,
の
we
規
know
模から
there's
し
like
て
a
そう考
hostile
えるの
takeover
が妥
happening
当
in
だろ
the
うな。
Tojo Clan by someone.
ちょっと何言ってるんですか？なんで東上界が身内の人間にそんなことをする必要があるんですか？
And they know that they have to get rid of Dojima, Majima, Saijima, and Saijima. And I guess technically
冴島は2年前この
because,
刑務
well,
所に入る
Dojima's the
時、
current head to
刑
take
期
it
を
over
終え
you
た
have
ら
to deal
東
with
上
him.
界の
But they
若
also
頭
know
に
that
就任す
Majima
る
and
予定になっ
Saijima
てい
would
た。
not sit by and let that
兄
happen.
貴は若頭？
And that's not
と
even
にかく
counting Kiryu's show.
東上界はどうにかして冴島の力を封じ込める必要があったんだろう。
まさかそれで波紋を？
しかし、ただ破門しただけでは逆に刑期短縮、仮釈放が許可される可能性が高まる。だから法務省にまで手を回し、今度は仮釈放の申請を却下した。この網走に冴島大河という力を封じ込めるためにな。おそらくそういうことだろう。持っていけ。
これは
さっきいた運動場の一番奥、南西の門。その裏にスノーモービルが止めてある。その鍵だ。
どういうことや？
脱獄しろ。ここから。
And my respect for this guard keeps going up. What the hell? I'm so fucking baffled at seeing an actual good security guard. What the
死
heck?
因は調査中だが、他殺の線が濃厚なようだ。
なんで所長が？
所長は冴島の仮釈放が却下された理由を聞くため東京に向かう途中だった。だが札幌空港でタクシーから降りたところ、何者かに襲撃されたらしい。それだけじゃない。今日の午後には新たに100名近くの服役囚が移送されてくる。通常では考えられない数字だ。おそらく何かの目的があって移送されてきた人間に違いない。
それって兄貴を殺すための資格ってことじゃ？
事態は我々が考えるより大きくなっているんだ。このままでは確実に冴島、それにこの件に関わった馬場も殺されることになるだろう。そうなる前に何としてもこの危機を回避しなくてはならない。
せやけどこないなこと許したらあんたの身も。
覚悟の上だ。私は職を辞すことに後悔はない。それよりもこの刑務所が 更生を促すための施設であり続けることの方が重要だ。
This guy is an absolute Chad. What the hell?
冴島さん、それに馬場
Also,
さん、
100 guys just to
もう
fight
あなた方
Saejima.
は
Wow,
囚人
like,
ではあ
they
りません。
really must fear Saejima's
あなたた
strength
ちは
if
十分
they're
に
sending
罪を償った
100 dudes here specifically to
こ
try
れ
and
以上
kill
は
him.
私がここであなたたちに更生を促す必要はない。ここから出て本当の敵、所長を葬った真の敵を見つけてください。
So I wonder how Scarface is gonna react when he hears Saejima escaped, considering his whole purpose for being in here is to
ゲー
keep
ム館に
Saejima
して
in.
鍵は開けさせておきます。署内を出たらそのままグラウンドを突っ切って南西門から脱出してください。その時間なら釘原たち他の囚人たちの妨害にも合わないで済むでしょう。
分かった。
最後に一つだけ約束してください。
何や。
もし犯人を見つけることができたら、その時は決して殺さず必ずその男を生かして刑務所に送ってやってください。そこから先は私たちの仕事ですから。
約束する。
お願いします。
で、何だったんです？副所長の話ってのは。
別に大した話じゃなかったですよ。仮釈放の申請を改めてするって話で。ね、兄貴。
ああ。
そっかー。二人揃って仮釈放か。寂しくなるな。で、冴島さん、ここ出たらどこ行くんです？月見野に行って例の兄弟分を殺した男を探すとか。
ま、そうなるやろな。
それじゃあ冴島さんとはまた近々会えるかもしれませんね。
なんで？
だってほら、それって復讐しに行くってことでしょ。殺人罪でまたここに戻ってきちゃったりして。
おい日村、縁起でもねえこと言うもんじゃねえぞ。
そうですよ。冴島の兄貴がそんなことするわけないじゃないですか。
でも殺された人、冴島さんの親友なんでしょ。冴島さんの性格からして黙っておけるわけないんじゃないかと思って。あれ、怒っちゃいました？
別にええよ。そう思うんが普通やろからな。せやけど俺は復讐はせえへん。俺自身は兄弟を殺した北方っちゅう男に直接恨みがあるわけやないんやからな。
じゃあ何のためにそいつを探すんです？
俺は知りたいだけなんや。兄弟を殺した男がどんなやつなんか直接会うて話が聞きたい。
話してどうするんです？警察に突き出すとか。
別に何もせえへんと思う。
はあ？何ですかそれ。
俺は聞きたいんや。この世で一番強いと思っとったあの兄弟がなんて言うて死んでいったんかもな。それが北方の口から聞ければそれでええ。
Says his bro is the strongest man in the world, has actively
もし
fought
ほんまに兄
Kiryu.
弟が殺されたんやったら、
Yeah,
それは弱なった兄弟のせい。
I mean, Majima is
殺した
definitely
やつ
up
のせいや
there.
ない。
Who
人に
knows?
命取られるようなやわなやつになってしもたんか。それか犯人がもっと強いやつやったんか、どっちかい。
なんか深いんだが浅いんだがよくわかんねえ考え方ですね。
Hey James, welcome. How you doing, man? Coming in a bit late. We're probably going to be closing the stream up soon, hopefully, depending if we end up in a section or not.
俺の勝ちや。
ああ来たね。最後に2で革命って。札幌のローカルルールじゃそれなしなんすよ。ずるいね。
Ah, you had a day off today. Nice. Get up to much.
冴島さんと馬場ちゃんとこうしていられんのも残りわずかっちゅうことで。
Yeah, no worries.
やってきますか。
ん？例のってあの妄想ゲームか？
でもあれゲームっていうか日村さんの武勇伝だからな。
どうです冴島さん。いいでしょ今夜くらい。
そうやな。またおもろい妄想
させてもらうかな。
Okay, we're going back into the imagination. Okay, I should be able to save in there, which means we can end the stream once we're in. Hey, sports massage. Very nice. Hi, Yakuza 5 has actually been pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. Oh yeah, there's a save station right up there, so we're just going to go hit that and then end the stream. So these bits are very weird, because, yeah, this is supposed to be like a dream sequence, apparently, or imagination. It's very odd. There's the safe spot. Alright, I think there's a good spot to end it for today, guys. So, thank you for joining me, those of you who were here. And yeah, no, I've honestly been really enjoying this game. This one's been a lot of fun so far. And we got some pretty good story stuff going on right now and a few wholesome moments, including a Chad security guard. So I'll be interested to see where this goes. Part of the fun of the Yakuza games is trying to figure out what the conspiracy or plot is. Yeah, so Yakuza is one of those game series that you hear about, but you never really think you'll get invested in until you watch a playthrough. Or play the games yourself, and then you get sucked into the world. Yeah, exactly. This prison bit's incredible. Considering you basically joined us for the prison bit specifically, Damar, because you joined in pretty much at the end of Kiryu's part of the story. But yeah, no, this prison part is awesome so far, honestly. Definitely better than the last prison bit from Yakuza 4. That one was a bit of a drag. Yeah, and a bit long-winded, but this one's actually really good. I'm enjoying the story being told here. And like I said, part of the fun is trying to figure out the conspiracy and what's going on as the plot unfolds. And using hints from Kiryu's side of the story to try and piece together Saejuma's. But with that, I'm going to be calling it here for today. Sunday we'll be back. What I'm doing, we will have to wait and see. So, yep. But with that, I'll be catching you lot later. Bye bye, and have a good evening, and good night.